Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Mizzou Esports Twitch stream. I am Paladino. We've got a Valorant doubleheader coming at you today. First up is the Mizzou Esports Valorant versus Conestoga Condors. And to my left is a familiar face historically, but not necessarily for Valorant, at least not us together. It's Example to my left.
It's the first time we're going to be casting, all these years of Mizzou Esports, first time we're casting Valorant together after a number of league games. We've casted Valorant separately at different times. But here we are now for a Valorant doubleheader, which I think, other than, there's been multiple games played for some of our club events and longer form stuff, but this is the first straight up Valorant doubleheader we've had. We have both NECC and NACE playoffs today.
Yeah, there's a lot going on today for sure, and a short window of time as well. So I know they're jumping into the first map here very, very soon. Mizzou versus Conestoga Condors in map 1 is on Split, I believe. We'll be jumping into that one very, very soon. But yeah, a lot of Valorant up ahead. I know that we had to switch around some scheduling stuff to make this happen in the first place, so they're hoping to get out of this one quick to jump into the next one pretty soon after. But yeah, Mizzou in playoffs across the board for a lot of different leagues, so should be some good level Valorant here today.
Yeah, this is that prime time where you really got to reach in and pull out the clutch gene as much as you can in terms of performing in the big moments, because a lot of these teams are very similar in terms of skill level and like what they can accomplish. The challenge for them is mostly seeing if they can utilize that skill when they need to the most, which is obviously in these playoff games you want to see if you can come away with the NECC or a NACE championship.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be a almost perfect mirror matchup on both sides. Conestoga going with the Viper instead of the Breach that Mizzou will opt for. Mizzou starting on attack this time around. Oh no, excuse me. It will be Mizzou on defense here to start. So Mizzou opting for the Viper instead of that Breach here in this one. It will be Ponder on smokes here for game number 1. Piloting the element as we get into round number 1. As Conestoga will start, sending a few members up mid, not going to rush any sites, playing this one fairly slow. They will have 2 smokes near tower, but still not piloting anything incredibly aggressively here to start. As Panda will find one, but is taken out quickly at ropes. Zella on this Cypher, not able to get flashed his Conch. 2 flashes come out, 3 now onto tower. Drops the nade, tries to find one. Shots won't land as both Conch and Ponder fall. Now as the flash comes through, Piggy looks for one, can't find it. Zella on the flank, will pick up one. Looking for more, but double satchel forward from the Raze takes out Zella. Mizzou dropped the first one as Conestoga go up 1-0.
Yeah, Mizzou maybe not known for their pistol round wins. At least historically, it does seem like not their strongest round. We have seen them take the round immediately after the pistol round more times than I think we've seen them take the pistol round itself, even when they weren't necessarily favored. Obviously in an eco situation here compared to the Condors. See what they're able to pull off here. It's definitely an economy deficit.
Yeah, ecos are always an interesting one for Mizzou. Oftentimes we've seen them go a lot better than one would normally expect, as Mizzou will stack a bunch of numbers here towards B site, but once again Conestoga playing this one fairly slow. Flash will be turned in-game and in real life by Jack. Ponder turns them both, and will now smoke off Garage as he backs up into B site, but still Conestoga playing this one fairly slow. Now Conch will go on the lurk himself as he heads through mid. Doesn't find a target yet, and now looks to his left. Sheriff in hand, won't find one. Zella the first to drop. Flash now gets turned by the Conestoga side, but Conch will pick it up. Now has a nade to drop. This one goes down. I think he saw the trip, but it's Conch who picks it up as he heads to the Garage now. The Spectre spray won't find a target. Still just a classic in hand for Ponder. But Mizzou has picked up 2 already. Now Conch falling to the Raze in mid. Panda still in mid. Will now be healed up by his Sky, and the rest of Conestoga will make their way through A. They are walled off, but I think the Viper wall is down at this point.
30
Spike
seconds left.
now picked up in heaven as the Condors look to plant on A, and Mizzou will play retake in a 3v3.
Spike
Heaven
planted.
is smoked off. Piggy does have a gun in hand with Panda right behind. So Piggy's first to go, taken out by the Bulldog from the Condors. They do have Conch on the lurk. 2 shots from Panda, won't find their target. He does have a Spectre.
Last player
Finds
standing.
one. Satchel to dissuade the effort. Won't or will do a bit of damage. Now he's smoked off in a 1v2. Turns the wall back on. Doesn't get it by
enemy
one, but
Oh.
as he takes out the Omen, he falls to the Rays, who picks up 3. A pretty good one considering it's an eco for Mizzou, but still down 2-0.
Yeah, you know, Panda got it wasn't a great look. You know, you're in a 1v2 situation, you have to hit like this miracle flick. But made it a lot closer than I think the Condors would have liked it to be. In a round that they 100% should have won and ended up winning. Not horrible if you're Mizzou. Something you can build off of in that round for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Mizzou with 5 rifles,
blow
a couple Phantoms and some Vandals. And this is the bonus, the one you would expect Mizzou to win. They'll have Conch watching near mid as Zella immediately stunned there on B site as he'll take out a cam. He's got the tripwires down, but won't find much. The Moon bot will spot out Conch. He won't take any damage from it as the Condors may look to apply some pressure mid, but smoke's coming out now from Ponder to dissuade it. Couple jump peeks from Zella, finds some shots, but so far the Condors playing these initial rounds fairly slow.
We love that. Yeah, the slow rounds, you know, they're patient. They're looking for the perfect place to strike. Looks like it is a B-side push here.
Camera take case.
Stun comes through. It's a nice one-way from Zella as he at least gets traded out, but now it's Panda who will pick up the next. Dodges out on the flash, but it's Conch who falls in trade. We're back to 3v3, but still many members towards B as
Last player
Hickey falls,
standing.
and now Panda falling
30
as well. The
seconds
last
left.
alive is Conch. He's got 2 teleports. His smokes are down for 15 seconds, and he has no blind.
Spike
Does
planted.
have a Vandal, but still a 1 versus 3. Heaven will now be smoked off as he tries to make his way in, but it's so challenging. Picks up 1. Will reveal his location now as the smoke comes back up. He'll smoke off backside. Finds the next. Can't find the head. Looking for more. Stay on the spike now. And get it to half. None behind. Still looking. Taps once more.
One enemy
Finds
remaining.
one. Looking for the last. But can't quite get it. As that's the one Mizzou is hoping for in the bonus. But it's the Omen, the one who had the least health going into the 3v1, who picks up Ponder in the end.
It's so close. Like he's almost got a timeout after that. That's how you know that they feel like they could have gotten that.
Yeah, two
really
really
if
close
a
rounds
couple
in
of
a
those
row.
shots land on the Omen who was already low, it might only need to be 1 shot. That's a nice. That would have been a nice clutch from Ponder. Unfortunately, Mizzou not able to pull it off there. But even though it is 3-0 in favor of Conestoga, like it seems pretty. Like I don't think Mizzou's panicked at this point. I think the timeout is merely like functional.
Yeah, I think it's a good timeout. Obviously, you have a couple rounds that you could have won. The setup was pretty good on to B site. The one-way Cypher cage from Zella allowed for the lot, but he gets traded out by the nade. Overall, I mean, it's not too bad. It's just I think the timeout comes in after the bonus, especially because round 2 they nearly win, being on an eco, and then going into round 3, that's the one where you really have the economical advantage, but can't quite find it. But so far, Conestoga is definitely playing a lot slower, but they eventually brought 5 into B, and Mizzou just needing to not get picked off early. Got the first blood in that round from Zella, but hoping to see some better rounds coming out here in the future. It is interesting to see Mizzou pretty much constantly roll swapping who's on what. I mean, we see Ponder on the Omen now. Not something we see often. I mean, Zella and Conch are on those pretty typical characters, but it is interesting to see Mizzou go for something like an Omen and a Viper, and having Ponder on an agent like Omen. But they'll once again have Zella use that Cypher util over onto B. Panda will now be stunned twice over and taken out immediately by the Rays. That's dropping 1. They do have Cypher ult for Mizzou. The Boombot won't find anything. But the Judge in hand for Conch is looking for something cheeky. Now the rest of Conestoga will make their way over to B once more, all in Garage. That
My
Cam
camera
will
is
spot
destroyed.
1. before it's taken out, but it won't find the rest. Now the Cypher Cage comes through the blind. We missed. 2 flashes easy already. Picks up another cage, but can't see the last as it's the Rays picking up 3 immediately. Piggy dropping as well. Now it's just a 1v5 with only a Sheriff
Spike
here
planted.
for Ponder. And I mean, he has util up, but it's a Sheriff versus at least a few rifles for Conestoga.
Cover going out.
He's going to drop 1 smoke. And I mean, there's
Yeah,
just
I don't
nothing he
think-
can do here.
I don't think he should be going in unless he's, well, I mean, he doesn't even really
He's not
have,
gonna-
he just has a Sheriff.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I
doesn't
think it's
really have a
worth seeing
ton
if
of
he can
loot.
take some of these guns away.
Yeah, I think that's the best effort he can put out is to attempt to take some guns off the board for Conestoga, but instead, just falling there to start. And now at least Mizzou will have a buy, a couple Phantoms, Vandals. I mean, pretty much just, 10 rifles out now for round number 5.
Yeah, the Rays for the Condors. Now 9 kills, only 1 death across these rounds. So we saw 3K a little bit earlier, picking up even more kills. Had a nice satchel to catch Alex by surprise in the last round. Mizzou gonna have to try something different here. Because we have seen him drop 4 before in the beginning of a round. But trying to find their footing.
Panda's just permanently stunned here at the top of mid and vents, and plenty of utility here as the Viper Orb comes down. And so far, a couple smokes towards A, where the Condors lie now. Attempting to push up. This is a nice angle here by Ponder, and he has a really good flash angle if he wants to use it, but will instead not find it as the Rays flick takes out a Happy Rabbit, and that removes a lot of your utility that can build you space if you're Mizzou. I mean, you still have the flashes from the sky, but no more smoke really left. Nice
Spike
play
planted.
from Koch as he takes out 1. Looking for more, down to 5 health. Will satchel them backwards. Has a nade. If he wants to throw it, he'll throw it down the ramp, as well as the boom bot. Piggy takes out 1 on his own. And now the Cypher ult comes through to reveal. Remember, the spike is down. They can see all 3 are on site. Moving towards elbow, but now the breach ult coming through. Not dodged out as the Rays takes out Zella. The Cypher ult has expired. The spike is ticking. Conch picks up 1, looking for more
Last player
from
standing.
Heaven. They'll take out Piggy
One
first,
enemy
looking for another.
remaining.
That's 3 for Connor. The spike is ticking lower and lower. Tries the tap. The stun comes through. Not enough time. Just needs to try and take out the breach. If he can, he will. It's a 4K for Connor. But I think he dies to the spike anyways. That means he loses his rifle. And Mizzou once again lose the round. 5-0 for the Condors.
I don't think there's ever such thing as a good loss, because obviously,
Yeah.
you want to win. But not too bad. That is the first time we have seen Mizzou take out every single member of the Condors during a round. So, we're not seeing a kill round ends with the spike detonation. So progress for Mizzou.
Yeah.
Next we'll see them manage to take out all of Conestoga, but the Rays on the Condor side is playing extremely well.
I think Mizzou is feeling more confident now. Still on an eco, but 5 stingers, I think, or lots of SMGs here to start. The boom bot is going to come through. We do have Ray's ult as he's going to look for
I know
one,
exactly
but
where.
the Cypher in the bag,
I've got your trail.
taking out Connor before the bomb. The nade can come through. So many flashes being used. Seeker's out as well. Panda has picked up 2 on the lurk, bringing them down to 3. Now Zella picks up 1 of his own. The Stingers putting in work here for Mizzou.
Cage triggered.
We'll drop a cage. I think they have. No, they do not have the spike.
Spike set it over to Ace.
As that will. Picking up that many kills on an eco round like this at least secures that you have rifles now. You can see Vandals in hand for both Zella and Panda.
Toxins going up.
That Ponder could have 1 as well. Viper ult is online, but a little awkward to use at this point. Spike has not been planted yet, and
30 seconds left.
Breach stun comes through. Beautiful camera
must
setup,
wait a
sees them both. Knows that they're both in heaven. Not going to move just yet as another flash comes out. And remember those sky nerfs a long time ago removed her flash is recharging. I don't think they have any left. The
10
breach stun
seconds
is
left.
around a 40-second cooldown as well.
Let's see how they want to approach this A side.
Spike
Only
planted.
25 health for Panda. Viper Wall belongs to him.
Toxin screen
Drop
down.
it now and see if there's anyone heaven, but both members of Conestoga are on the site. Cypher Cage coming up now. They'll find the first target. He drops from heaven.
player
Can't find it. And Zella and Panda both falling to each individual member. Now a 1v2. He'll teleport into the smoke. Ponder, one smoke left. They don't know that he's TP'd forward, but the spike is ticking. He's going to drop the smoke on the spike now, but I think he's just sticking out of the smoke there and falls to the Condors. Each one of these rounds is looking so close, but Mizzou not able to find a win just yet.
They have to find a way to close these rounds out. They set themselves up in a favorable situation, a retake, which isn't that bad. Your positioning is fine. You do have W Panda at 25 HP, but even that, after that, that's a 2v2, maybe a 2.5v2 in that situation, and they're not able to pull it off. And yet to get on the board here, Mizzou really needs to break the streak of lost rounds, whatever it takes.
Now some util used on to A. It'll be a fast push here by Conestoga. The Raze ult does not come through yet, but has been put online. Silly Shadow gets one, but it's traded out by Piggy. Now Panda gets one of his own, but he's traded back out as well. Piggy now falling on the opposite side. Mizzou in a 2 versus 3.
Spike
This
planted.
Bombot will spot Conch.
Bomb buddy out.
None of these ults even remotely close to being online for Mizzou, but these are arguably your two best pound-for-pound aimers for Mizzou. They'll see what they can find. Sapling forward. Conch gets one, gets two. Looking for the last. Is very low on the breach, and they'll secure it. It's a 3K for Connor to secure their first round win.
It's about time.
It's about time for sure.
Waiting for
Love
Mizzou to get one there. Good shooting from Connor. Ponder hanging on heaven, covering the. He's got the high angle. Well played there by the Tigers to get on the board. Finally, pretty much what they needed, getting a pretty clean diffuse off and retaking the ace.
Yeah, looking very good. I mean, one of the things we've always noticed from Mizzou and the players have talked about themselves is, I don't know if streaky's the right word, but they're very, when things are high, they're really high, and they're able to kind of
They're hype.
coast. Yeah,
You know, they're based on they're players that definitely play around the hype and whether they're feeling it or not. Very momentum-based players.
yeah, absolutely. And Panda is going to essentially seal off this A site here from the side of the Condors. And Zella has picked up the first already near mid as the smoke comes through. Cypher Cage and the Omen smoke both falling now in mid with Zella at tower. And as they continue to walk through, Piggy has a nice angle here if he can get behind, and he is here in vents and just opting not to swing just yet. The Seekers are available, so are both of his flashes. He'll drop one now. Don't think he got any info from the first flash. 2 smokes still available, but no blind here for Ponder. Mizzou still in a 5v4 as Conestoga continues to bide their time. I mean, we know they're effectively sealed off from A unless they go through mid, which has been smoked off. Conch now dodges out on that flash and has the nade as well as a Vandal, but this is the option for Conestoga as another beautiful smoke comes in.
30 seconds left.
Just buying so much time for Mizzou. Not much util left online. Stun and a blind come through. Conch tries to dodge out on one, but it's Ponder who picks up the first. Now a 5v3 for Mizzou. I mean, only 12 seconds left, and it looks like they're going to try to
10
rotate
seconds
on
left.
over.
They don't have time.
I mean,
Spike's all the way back
yeah,
on
the
their
breach
spawn.
is in their spawn.
Saving with Spike in hand. That is interesting.
Hey, a good round win. Mizzou play to their advantage. You know that you have Viper ult. It effectively seals them off from the A site, and they actually hold on to a lot of the important ones as well. Could have invested something like the Seekers or the Cypher ult, but didn't have to. Get another round win, and Mizzou hoping to keep the momentum rolling.
I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a Valorant round in at least one of these games that's actually good. You know, maybe in my own game you see it sometimes, but a failure to even plant, not an not having the team get wiped, but a round ending on time has been relatively uncommon, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it happens
I've
every
seen
once
a lot
in
of
a while.
vouchers, maybe not from here,
Yeah.
but from the Mizzou Sports Broadcasting studio, definitely seen a decent amount of rounds. And
Sure.
I think that's the problem with we've had our gripes with teams who play their attack very defensively in terms of they're waiting until pretty much close to the end of the round timer before they're trying to initiate and make a play. And that's one of the problems that you have to deal with is if you can't decisively make a play in time, you're either all going to get gunned down or what's going to happen there? You're going to have some people get taken out and you're going to lose a round based on time. So that's the flip side of the coin of this super defensive patient that we're seeing something.
Lots of util used in mid. Panda gets one before he's traded out by Kip. That means the Viper smoke will fall, but the Cypher ult by Mizzou used immediately, and we'll see all of these members here stacking towards the bottom of mid. The dog won't find a target.
Get it.
There's a smoke coming through, as both Piggy and Ponder will
Scout
here on
destroyed.
ramp. That'll take out the dog from Mizzou as well. And the entirety of the Condors are making their way through.
I know exactly
Condor
where.
can't find the first. Piggy will get at least one in trade. Looking
Look
for
at
another
that.
beautiful shots from Piggy. Taking out two. We'll have his location revealed once more, but now in a 3 versus 2.
Spike planted.
Same situation as
Zella
before.
needs to get out of this
One
from the breach.
enemy
We'll get out
remaining.
on one. Conch kills one with the nade, and Zella clears the last with a nice shot. Mizzou playing the retake much cleaner here and picking up their third round win in a row.
They're the momentum team. It's like we were talking about. They're a snowbally team. We're scaling. You know, you drop the
Scale
first
for late
6
game,
to make
yeah.
them feel like they have a chance.
Exactly.
And now 3-0 from Mizzou. Clean shots coming through. We're seeing some players start to pick up a little bit where weren't hitting those shots in the early stages of this one. But well played. I'm interested to see what Mizzou's strategy on attack is going to be this game, because we've seen them counter these hyper defensive teams that wait until the timer's almost done before they push in. There's a term. Not a big Valor player. I know there is a term for that. Gabby would be killing me that I don't remember this one. But I'm interested to see whether they're going to counter with the same strategy or the hyper aggression that we've seen from us.
Sure. Once again, lots of util used mid. A nice poison orb will stall out the Condors for the moment, dodging out on the smoke. He'll head back into the open smoke as his own falls. Conch picking up one beautifully with his op. Now looking for more, spraying to the smoke is Zella as the Condors begin to filter through. Panda picks up one, is out in trade, however. Now satchel forward, Conch picks up one with the showstopper, looking for more with his op. Mizzou in a 4 versus 2.
One enemy remaining.
As Zella picks up the Omen, it is just the breach left standing. He does have the
Scout
spike, and now
destroyed.
they know he's there in mid. The stun comes through, lands on multiple members of Mizzou. They're trying to buy their time. He heads into sewers, but it does not matter. Conch picks up 4 and gives Mizzou their 4th in a row.
He's the GOAT. Connor guy is online. Once he gets to that operator, he's
Had to
feeling
let him heat up a
hyped.
little bit.
Yeah, they made a big mistake letting Connor heat up, and well played there from Conch. Lands the initial op kill, gets the kill with the Raze ult, and then another one there to close out the round with a nice 3K. Mizzou almost pulling even here. It's now 4-6.
Yeah, I mean, if you can take this start of 6-0 and turn it into a 6-6, that's pretty good. If you're
Well, you
Mizzou.
know, some might say it's the best you could possibly do.
Arguably, arguably.
After starting 0-6.
Toxins going up.
Yeah, a change of pace here for the Condors. They don't stack so many members towards mid, but they're bringing them back. Now, they pick up the dog as the Toxins will drop the wall.
I've got
Zella
your trail.
walking through. This will be the style from the side of the Condors. Now TPing out is Ponder. Pretty short TP, but
Got
he
a
makes
flash
it
in
out
place.
regardless. Zella picks up one of his own, but is taken quite low in the process. Mizzou still on a 5v3, but
Heal up,
very low
squad.
health members. Now Piggy can heal up the Cypher.
Hawk out.
Effectively full, has a flash to invest
Blinded.
as
Heal
well.
up, squad.
Heals once again.
Poison orb emitting.
Shots come through. Panda with a beautiful angle here to pick up one. Looking for
One enemy
another.
remaining.
Finds the shots.
Spike down mid.
It'll just be the Sky left alive. And Zella will clean things up with his Phantom Mizzou as they head into the last round of the half. We're looking to even us up
Last
at 6
round
apiece.
in the half.
You know, I can
Nothing
say
will
this
be
now,
saved
5 to
after
6.
this.
I don't know why I was
Yes.
ever worried. You dropped the first 6 to give them hope, and pretty decisive. We haven't seen it get particularly close. We saw one 3
this is
versus
a
2
nice spot.
retake, which I think was the closest we've seen so far, but even that, they ended up getting out of that
This
with
goes
2
here.
agents still alive.
Yes, this should
Mizzou
do.
pretty decisively taking these
That
last
goes
5.
there.
Let's see if they can even it out
This
here
is a nice
for
spot.
our halftime break.
Yeah, watch the Condors now. They're stacking very heavily towards B. Might be a fast push. They can't reach ults as the Condor be on out, but he keeps back with the smoke, but can't quite find it as the breach ult's already been invested. I think on the flash. Zella, but it's from behind. Melman takes him out as Panda falls as well. Mizzou in a 2 versus 5.
Last
Panda
player
finds the
standing.
first, but falls in
Spike
response.
planted.
Now Conch has dropped his op for a Vandal. No
Might-
chance for a fancy play with
Might as well go for it. I mean, it's the end
last round of the half.
Yeah.
He's going to be smoked off in heaven. Finds one. Taken out. Looking for another. Down to 70 HP. Has 2 satchels. Satcheling forward. Shots come through. Finds one. Looking for the last 2, but can't quite get it. Mizzou stringing together 5 rounds in a row, but can't quite find the last as they go 7 to 5 into the side swap.
I think it's the second best possible solution you could have for Mizzou. If you start the round 0-6, you go into half 5-7. Yeah, I think you're good with
Not
that.
going to complain, yeah.
I'm not going to complain, especially now because you get to set the tempo on attack. Defense is more how you respond or how you can retake, whereas here they can kind of make their own decisions on what they want to do.
So I've never seen, I don't think I've seen Mizzou do this, opting for all 5 classics and they buy 4 light shields. I mean, the Condors are doing similar with 1 ghost, but 3 classics, 3 light shields, and then I imagine that's full util on both Sky and Breach, but this is interesting to see coming in to this one. Mizzou will stack most members towards A. 2 Cypher cages will block their way. Now, they know he's in the cage, but a flash comes out, and Nade will come through as well. Nade in response, double satchel forward from Conch, looking to play aggressively, but Piggy's already been taken out. Now the stun comes through. He's trying to pick up 1 through the stun. Finds his target, is traded out, but Conch and Zella have each picked up 1 apiece. 3v3 now, or excuse me, 3v2. Zella has the spike and will plant
Poison's on.
now. Panda is tasked with watching the flank. He's been found and he finds the shots as well, taking out Prey as Panda finds a wonderful angle. Now it is just the Omen left standing for the Condors, trying to jump peek, and they'll find him now on ramps as the smoke comes through. He will be taken out. Ponder with 1 smoke of his own. The blind is missed by the opposing Omen, and a tripwire will reveal his location. They'll just stack on top of one another, and it's Conch who picks him up. Mizzou grab the first round of their half on attack. 6-7 is their deficit.
A pistol round, it can't happen.
Hooray!
Mizzou gets the pistol round there, which usually can snowball into a follow-up round win.
Theoretically,
now that
Mizzou has
the
struggled in the eco
that's
rounds.
true. And the Condors on an eco round, so we'll see if Mizzou can even this up here at 7-7. After a rough start, we're looking pretty neck and neck here. Mizzou looking to pull away and take us to a map 2, see what they can do on attack.
The biggest investment here is that Vandal for Conch. We'll see if he's able to find success here as he's hanging around in sewers. We'll find the first target, but not find the first set of lethal damage. He's now flashed, but no one will peek. Another flash comes through, but it's Conch who picks up 1 just with the ghost. Mid control now belongs to Mizzou. No blind available for Ponder. But he has 2 smokes online. Multiple Omen smokes being invested here in mid. Skydog won't find a target. Mizzou will play this one relatively slow. Conch will be healed up to full now, as Mizzou will back away and potentially head towards this B site.
Toxins going up.
It's a very aggressive angle being held by this Cypher, but Panda
Toxin
Got
screen
the right
down.
idea.
Knowing to check these corners, and I think he might have been looking at his cam. Prey is the one who falls to Conch's Vandal, and that's another one. Is that investment I talked about really important? Conch dropping the nade, not finding a target, but Mizzou with complete control
30 seconds left.
over the B site. 5 versus 2, their man advantage. Omen and Breach, the last two standing, and they're both in mid. Sub 20 seconds on the clock. Ponder watching the flank with his Sheriff. One shot lands. No lethal damage to be found. The Breach stun should be available, but is not going to be invested. Smoke online here for Ponder. Now Zella
One
is
enemy
watching
remaining.
from tower. Conch has picked up 3, and Zella will grab the last with his stinger. So, despite the historical struggles in these rounds following the pistol round win,
History means nothing.
Yeah,
The
Mizzou-
present is forever.
yeah, Mizzou grabs it and evens us out at 7 apiece.
It's a big win. You know, keeping this even. Hopefully,
We are going into the bonus now, which is a little difficult.
yeah. So it's going to be tough for Mizzou, but nothing we haven't seen them overcome before. We've got the Happy Rabbit 47 Sheriff, so I feel 100% confident in what they can accomplish here. See if their attack strategy changes up a little bit here. Looking like
Yeah, stun comes out, a one-way smoke from the Omen as well. On to the site. Vandal get healed up but taken out as the first to fall for first blood now. As the blind comes through from the Omen, but they won't push into Garage. The Omen has made his way in. Skydog now will be cleared out. So there's 2 in Garage. Conch looking to push his advantage. Finds one, takes out
My ult's ready.
the opposing Omen. Now the showstopper is available. The question is if and when it will be invested. Mizzou still stacking members towards B, as now the Condors will move forward. Taking some shots is Piggy. Has a flash, has a little bit of a heal left as well.
just took a bullet to the face, still marching forward. This guy's a trooper.
Continuing to progress now. Decent amount of util up for Zella, and he'll use that cam. Be towards mid now. Conch will raise ult forward, finds one target, takes out the Cypher. Piggy will fall to the raise, but it's Conch who gets 3 before finally being traded out. But now in a 1v2 is Ponder. Smokes off the back site entry, but it's Kip who takes him out. I think Ponder had the right idea, but just pushing through the smoke aggressively was the Sky, and the Condors retake their lead, but it is only 8-7.
Yeah, Mizzou not quite able to pull off what they were planning there. See if it's really seeming like they prefer this stronger B side push or pushing B through mid. We haven't seen an A side push, I don't think, since the early rounds or the pistol, the eco. Pretty much since then we've seen pretty aggressive B sides.
Yeah, another stun comes through. There through Garage. Now a dog through mid will not find anyone in vents. Raise ult comes through and will not be taken out before dropping the Happy Rabbit. But Conch will at least pick one up in trade. So now 4v4 as Zella is the sole member here of Mizzou so far on the A site. Does take out the cam and will be revealed for the moment. Now a flash comes out. Mizzou takes control of Heaven. So Molly off one entrance as the one-way smoke comes through from the Omen. Bomb bot won't find a target yet.
Oh, this gun is the gun was on the screen.
Now Piggy Prey taking out 4 alone as the Condors pick up their second round win of the half, and it looked okay for the moment, but some precise shooting from the Cypher gives them a 9-7 lead.
Just for a moment, on Zella's perspective,
Yeah.
you could see the barrel of the gun of the Cypher, and it's that difference, the fact that he's moving a little quick, didn't spot that. It's a 4K for the Cypher. So it's those kind of little tiny things that can swing around. So unfortunate there for Mizzou. It could have worked out. They weren't able to get onto the site.
Yeah, Mizzou now On NECC, no ults
Toxin screen down.
available for them. Cypher ult is online. Stun and blind come through, and Bandit just can't see anything as he's taken out by the Rays. Once again, they'll head up ropes and attempt to gain control of the A site here. They'll take out the dog as a flash comes forward. Double satchel as well from Connor. There is a Cypher cage to deal with, but he can play pretty aggressively here. If he chooses, he'll do such a thing, and now is taken out in trade before dropping the Cypher. Now Ponder with a beautiful angle finds one, looking for the last with this Guardian. He's gonna try to potentially Omen TP on out of here, and he'll just use that ultimate to get back on to site. Kip takes out one, takes out two. Now it's just Ponder left. Seeker's invested, needs to find the angles, but it's Kip picking up for Mizzou. Is playing these rounds fairly well throughout nearly the entirety of them, but at the end of these last two, it's been a 4K from one member of the Condors to give them a round win.
It's unfortunate that they dropped the first 6, otherwise I think they'd be in a really healthy spot here.
Yeah.
You know, you'd feel okay about dropping these close rounds if they weren't creeping closer and closer at taking map 1. Which, given the state of our our double header here, Mizzou is desperately hoping they can close this series out as quick as possible. So, not the end of the world. You know, it's 7-10. You've been down more. You've been down more in this map.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, see what they can do here.
Cypher ult is available. That Cam will spot the Rays on the A site. The smoke from the Omen will block the entryway of this Sky, who now backs all the way up into heaven, coming close to that elbow nearly, as Mizzou has options now of where they want to push forward here from mid. Piggy, the first to lead, finds the Omen, lands some shots, but cannot find lethal damage, as that will be the spike falling, and the smoke comes down on the entrance. Panda does pick up the Omen in trade now. Mizzou in a 4 versus 4, both Cyphers with ult online. Cam is up as well for Zella, as he'll take a peek into the entrance from A, as Mizzou, from the opposite site now, as Mizzou will make their way on over to A very slowly. 34 seconds left on the clock. As Conch
30
falls
seconds left.
to the breach, they're going to drop a smoke now and attempt to molly it off. The blind onto site won't find a target. The stun onto heaven won't find one either. Now there will be Ponder who plants. Mizzou in a 3 versus 4. Tripwire goes off and does a bit of damage to the opposing Cypher. Zella now with the Cypher ult of his own will provide Panda and Ponder so much information, as they'll drop the molly and be able to spend a bunch of time here delaying the side of the Condors. It is Panda falling next, hoping to survive. Conch picks up one, Zella on the flank picks up another now. 2v1 in favor of Mizzou, looking for the last, and the smoke is the Sky. They'll won't find each other for the moment, but it's Ponder who finds him in the end. Mizzou pick up the round win, bring us a bit closer, 10-8 now the lead for the Condors.
It doesn't feel like Mizzou's B-site pushes are resulting in the outcomes that they're looking for. Every time we see them try to push towards B-site, somebody gets picked off. Sometimes you get multiple people picked off. We haven't seen a traditional plant and like bomb detonation win from Mizzou. They're all kill rounds. We haven't seen it go the distance. So their coverage of these retakes has either been excellent or extremely poor. Yeah. We're not seeing it extend all the way out. Mizzou playing fast, which is good as a viewer perspective.
Now is Panda falling to prey through the one-way cage. Conch will clear him out in trade. The Condors will move through mid now as the flash gets turned by Ponder. Looking for these targets in mid, has a blind available, as well as one more smoke. He'll drop the smoke first, as another recharges as well. Omen ult is available for the Condors too. Going through the cage is Zella, as Mizzou will attempt to push forward here on to A. It's Kip who takes down Conch in heaven, however. Excuse me, all the way back near mid.
Dang.
Now Ponder falling as well, so 2v4 as the spike goes down. Zella will watch from screens as he'll make his way into heaven. Shots come through, the satchel
Last player standing.
used, but dying in trade is quite the challenge as the blind comes out. They're still watching this angle, and it's Piggy who falls. Piggy and Zella meet the same fate in the same spot, and the spike will be defused. The Condors now just 2 rounds away from securing map 1.
It's not a situation you want to be where you feel like you have to get 5 rounds before your opponent can get 2. Mizzou, unfortunately, yeah, I think the timeout here is beneficial to them because they can kind of plan out, literally, I could say, a plan of attack. They need to figure out what's working and what's not working. If you had to analyze what we've seen from them on attack so far in this half, what do you think is not working out for them?
I mean, I think the aggression towards B is always seems to be successful. I feel like historically when I've seen them play Valorant in series past, playing pretty aggressively has always worked out. I feel like they play Split a lot, but I don't have a ton of memories of them playing on Split.
That's because they were busy picking Haven.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Pushing onto B is always going to be a challenge, regardless of who is there. You're either dealing with Cypher Util or Breach Stuns, or regardless, it's going to be difficult to handle.
Yeah.
But if you can kind of just pick a site and commit, getting an early engage from Conch, I think that's one of the difficulties we've seen in the last couple rounds, is Connor's just falling early.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he's been obviously on a heater this game in general, so
For sure.
if you can get him kind of back online, I think that'll be greatly beneficial towards Mizzou. He does have the ult available now. Mizzou with a couple pivotal ults online, Seekers for Piggy, and then, of course, a showstopper once again for Conch, and then one away from Viper's Pit too is a huge one for Mizzou and Panda. Now in Garage is the Raze as the one-way smoke comes through from the Omen, and Conch is going to play really aggressive here, going up into
I've got your trail.
mid. Will pick up one immediately. Grabs himself a Vandal as well. This is the aggression I talked about. Conch picking up 2, looking for a third, finds 3. The aggression from Connor, starting with the showstopper, secures 3 for Mizzou. And now this site should be theirs to claim as they'll head on over to A, and the last 2 members of the Condors still stacked towards B. The Viper's wall, of course, walling that side off as well. A blind and a smoke available for Mizzou still. Through spawn will be the Condors, and Panda will see them now. We'll inevitably see one as he's finished through jewel peeking. There's a couple Cypher trips to deal with if you're them as well. They will drop Conch as he attempts to go on
He wanted the ace.
the flank. Yeah, Piggy will be the next to walk forward. He's got a flash. He knows the exact location of this breach.
One enemy
And
remaining.
he'll take him down with relative ease as the spike will fall. The Raze will drop so many rifles for Mizzou unnecessarily. I believe it's Zella and Panda who keep theirs alive, but Mizzou does not go to match point and brings us to an 11-9 map 1.
Yeah, it's tough to... I understand that you're investing the Raze ultimate, and Connor made very good use of it.
Yeah.
But utilizing the economy of your ultimates is really important. As you get into crunch time here in the game, you have to decide whether it's worth to invest it in any given round or not. If you think you can win the round without it, it's very valuable the later you go.
The biggest question now will be when Mizzou want to use the Viper's Pit. That's arguably your biggest ult you've got, and one that can...
We haven't seen this. It's a straight A-side push.
Yeah, it's
Right
already
down
dropping
A.
Conch and Piggy. Kip takes out both from very far back. Now Ponder will blind through one. The Seekers come through and they'll be taken out. Mizzou's still going to invest the Viper's Pit. Raze ult coming through. The
Last
Seekers will
player
def in
standing.
one. Zella already taken out. Now Panda in a 1 versus 5. And drops to the Omen. I mean, the Viper's Pit now being gone. Now on match point, down 9-12.
Flawless.
Is going to be really, really challenging for Mizzou to deal with.
Yeah, maybe the pit went down when there were still
Match
3
point.
members of Mizzou alive, but I don't see why you use the Viper's Pit in a situation like that where you're that outnumbered, especially when the Rays has access to their ultimate, and they've done extremely well this game, obviously leading the Condors in kills. So now Mizzou needs to find some way with limited resources to win 3 rounds in a row, and that's just to get to overtime. Then you have to find a way to win 2 in a row after that. So an uphill battle for Mizzou. I don't think their full aggressive A-site push paid off for them there at all.
Yeah, not what they were hoping for. They'll go back to sending multiple members mid. It's a very aggressive angle here from Connor. The Boombot taken out. The Omen smoke in mid will drop here in a few seconds. And will be replaced by another. Now the trip in sight. Can't take it out because of the smoke. They'll remove it with the satchel, or at least attempt to. Piggy will send the dog into vents, and it'll be cleared out with relative ease. Now Conch will be healed up after the breach stun comes through, and a couple pot shots land as well. Mizzou playing much slower here. Now with the Condors on match point, Zella walking up ramps, heading into heaven. Drops a trip. Skydog will land the stun as he heads to what he hopes to be safety, but it's Kip who needs it. As Zella drops him for the first kill of this round. Now satcheled away is Zella, but he quickly takes care of the Rays, and it's Conch on the opposite side dropping another. Mizzou now 5v1 as Panda takes out the Cypher in trade. Now the blind comes through. It's just the Omen left.
Just missed each other.
The spike has been planted by
idea.
Mizzou. Ponder will drop it. The Omen does pick up Piggy, but 1v3 now for him. Gonna smoke off heaven, and Zella takes care of business. 3 kills in the round for Zella. Mizzou now 12-10. Condors still on match point.
I'm trying to figure out what the angle is here for Mizzou. You do have 6 of 8 ultimate points for Conch, who is a hype player. So if you are able to get him a couple kills in this round, he's able to get one of the ultimate points that are laying around on the ground. He could potentially get a kill-based one and utilize the Raze ult. They're trying their absolute hardest to think of a strategy here. We've seen mixed results pushing anywhere. We've seen them get slaughtered trying to push all B. We've seen them get slaughtered trying to push all A. We've seen them get slaughtered trying to push up mid. Mizzou hasn't found something that's
Zella picks up one, but it will fall in trade. Prey, another Cypher ult for the Condors will be invested. They'll see a few members here in garage for Mizzou as the Omen smoke comes out, and Mizzou will back out in trade as well. Conch pushed up aggressively here in mid. Won't find a target yet as he heads over to ropes. They just miss each other as Piggy will walk forward, not going into the smoke just yet. He doesn't know the Cypher behind, but the Cypher has not left sewers yet. Piggy can lead out of the smoke with a flash. Invest in it now. As the breach stun comes through, lands onto, I believe, just one. I don't know if that one landed onto Conch or not. Panda drops the molly onto Default, looking for one. Ponder picking up 2. But now Connor falling. TP on to Rafters is Ponder. Under 30 seconds left. Piggy going to plant the spike. We'll see if he gets it off in time. He will. The Cypher is 1 HP. Piggy tanking a couple shots. He cannot heal himself. Ponder picks up one more. Now Omen ulting to the opposite side of the site, just hoping to secure this one. Has a blind, or excuse me, a smoke if he wants to use it. Stun comes through as the breach picks him up. He taps the defuse, and Ponder's got the angle. Mizzou now within 1, 12-11. Needing one more round win to bring us to OT.
That's the value of the Omen ult right there.
Yeah.
He's totally bamboozled his body, still up high instead. The teleport down low puts Mizzou in a pretty okay spot here. You know, you have the operator on.
I mean, the Condors are on
Conch.
Eco.
He's ends up selling it there, but he's at 7 of 8 ult points. You're inching closer to some of your other ults. You know, you got the Sky ult coming up. You got the Cypher ult not too far away. See what Mizzou's plan is here. Looking like a mid.
The end of the concern is this raise, double satchling forward with this Bucky, or just waiting in this smoke. The dog won't find its target. Conch walking forward again very aggressively with this Phantom.
This feels like a me strategy.
The Bucky in the smoke.
Yeah.
They won't find anything yet. Zella will find one and finds his target. Now Conch will be stunned up here in vents, and we'll find the one on ropes. Trying to back on out now is Connor. They won't spot the raise, but his teammates will. Looking for the lethal damage, won't find it. He'll hold on to the nade for the time being. Remember, Connor still one away from this ultimate. Such a game-changing one. Raise ult can be. Now, all of Mizzou will head through sewers and make their way over to a site. It's just Ponder lurking around. Zella will be healed up by his lovely IGL, Mr. Piggy.
Cage triggered.
And the cage will block some area off now as the Omen ult comes through from a couple breach ult. Does do a lot here. Conch falling to Kip, a Piggy trading out one. Deleting the Omen, looking for the Sky now is Piggy, and he finds him as Zella falls in trade as well. Mizzou now in a 3 versus 2. It's just Raze and Breach left alive.
One enemy
13
remaining.
seconds left. Panda picks up one. The spike has gone down. With that blind coming through, they are attempting to find this last middle peak will reveal, and Panda secures it. Mizzou now keeping this one about as close as it can be. We're going to head to overtime.
Overtime.
12 to 12, map number 1.
You know, with absolutely no context, if you told me when it was
0
0 to 6, if you told me we were going to overtime, I'd be like, great. Mizzou, not exactly, I don't know, it's such a streaky game where it feels like these teams are purely playing based on momentum. We're not seeing any back and forth. You can see just how streaky it is in this game. 6 in a row from Conestoga to start the game. Then 5 for Mizzou. Then we see a 2, 3, and another 3 for Mizzou to bring us to overtime. But if you're Mizzou now, you just need 2 and then you're done. So if you're the one that goes on the streak here to close it out, then you're good.
Yeah, and don't forget, we got another game in about an hour. So
yeah, it is.
Mizzou does need to attempt to win this
guys.
one.
Come on, 14-12.
Win map 2 quickly. Conch with the investment in the operator, taking out the Cypher of the Condors. Panda needing to clear out of the way and head down onto ropes to do just that. Now the dog
Destroyed.
will not find the concussion, but more
Healing over
smokes
here.
will do a decent amount to thwart this push in to mid. Conch still holding this angle with his operator.
Poison's on.
So many members in mid here for the Condors as Panda drops down the ropes, waiting to see the decision making here for Conestoga.
No surprise who's back on attack, and the round's taking a bit here.
Now
This is nothing new.
the Condors will head towards B. Piggy, 2 flashes, no dog available. The dog got 1 flash of his own. It's stunned now, has another flash to throw. He'll be blinded, deafened, stunned, flashed. Double satchel forward from the Rays. Big blind from Ponder. Piggy picking up
30
1,
seconds left.
but falling now.
One
Happy
enemy
Rabbit picks up
remaining.
1, picks up 2. The Breach, the last standing, 1v3. As he looks to plant behind in default. Now peeking on to the Happy Rabbit. Maybe the biggest mistake of his life.
The last mistake of his life.
13-12,
Switching
Mizzou
sides.
needing 1
Match point.
more round to secure this map 1 victory.
So I feel like this is the best possible time when you're up 13-12 in overtime. After you get that first win, this is when you have the freedom and the ability to make a super aggressive play. Because you can reset the
Switching
overtime
over
and go
to
back to the
attack,
other one.
too.
Yeah, switching over to attack, you can decisively make an aggressive play, try to catch somebody off guard, and see if you could just you know, the classic Kenny Smith line, let's go home, ladies and gentlemen, at least for a moment until you immediately have to start map 2.
Yeah.
But Mizzou wants to wrap this up. You don't want to have any more shenanigans of having to wait around, wait for them to go through their process here on attack. You want to close this out now, not have to worry about split anymore. I'm not 100% sure what the second map is, but I do know that the map pick, I haven't seen Mizzou pick split historically. It's not a map that we see them pick, usually counter-picked against them.
What is he showing to the Connor's
showing
showing something
He's
to the
showing
camera.
something to the camera. I think it might have been like a fortune cookie or something.
I think so.
I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, he said he was getting Panda Express. So it must have been a fortune cookie.
Trying to show his fortune to the camera. Unfortunately,
Hopefully it said
it is
that it'll be a 14-12 Mizzou win.
I hope so. He opens up his fortune cookie, sees a 14-12 win. We can only hope that's what he's got here. See what Mizzou's plan would be.
It'll be a different investment this time in overtime. Conch will opt for the Vandal instead of the Operator. But it's 10 rifles here. Mizzou hoping to end this one out here and now. They'll head through mid once more as
Relatively open.
we'll be smoked off. And the Condors have stacked many members here on both of these sites. They won't find target yet. Conch will be the first to entry on this raise. Firing shots into ropes. They're going to throw a smoke down there as well. The dogs coming through ramp won't find a target. Mizzou continuing to take the space that they are given. And right now that space is here in mid. Has been a decent amount of Sky utility used. She used the dog and she used one flash. Piggy will use dog of his own to try and clear out this site. Now, defensive satchel away as Piggy can flash out of this smoke. Does just that. The Cypher Cage blocks most. Their Omen smoke and TPing in. The Omen smoke. Prey picks up one. It's the Omen who picks up Piggy.
Down, B.
Conch
30
will grab one
seconds left.
himself. Sub 30 seconds now. Della with a nice angle here, finds the raise, can't find the damage, takes out the Moonbot, 19 bullets left in this Phantom. Ponder will plant the spike here. And has the option to TP, not going to do it just yet. Breach stun comes through, smoke comes down onto garage as well. There's a clear out Ponder, and he can't find it. Panda picks up two, however. The Omen picking up the last, and now it is just Zella finds 1v1. Zella versus J-Man. This is the exact same situation as before, and Zella finds it. He drops down to 34 HP, but his bullets find the mark before the Condors can. Back and forth, very streaky like you said.
Yeah.
Mizzou comes out with the overtime win, 14-12. Pretty good considering you were at one point down 0-6.
Yeah, you know, you're down 0-6. Just ignore the part where you won 5 rounds in a row after that. And it looks like it's a miracle that you managed to come back. Well played there from Mizzou, able to close out nice and quick here in overtime. I don't imagine our break between games is going to be too long, and they're probably going to want to be like, okay, go, go, go.
Yeah.
So we'll probably get back in here real quick.
Yeah, we'll be here. We'll be back very, very soon. Like we said, doubleheader with the second match scheduled to start at 8 means that map 2 will need to start very, very soon. We are going to go to a very short break, but I'll imagine we'll be back pretty quick. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone, to the Mizzou Esports Twitch stream. And a close one, map number 1 in this doubleheader of Valorant. Mizzou Esports takes down Conestoga Condors 14-12 in overtime. And now, as we head on to Sunset, Mizzou are hoping to wrap this one up with a 2-0 because their next series starts at 8 p.m.
Yeah, trying to speed run this one, get it done here on Sunset as we are hopping in here. Mizzou starting this one on attack. So relatively, we have similar agent picks. We do get the Sova and our very own Breach for this one. So see what Mizzou wants to accomplish here.
Yeah, it will be an interesting one for sure. We're waiting for the Condors to lock in their agents. Haven't seen, we're waiting on a couple. You can see where they're hovering, but right now they've locked in Omen Fade Breach, so would be at least a little bit of variance between these two sides. Now, you can tell me if I'm wrong. You've been doing Val streams for longer than I've been casting Val.
Yeah.
I could be wrong here, but for whatever reason, since my entire time of considering Mizzou Esports Valorant, specifically with Ponder, I always view him as like the Sova guy.
No.
I don't know why.
No.
I think it's because one of the first times I watched a stream, or maybe the first stream I casted, he played Sova. So I was like, oh yeah, that's like who he plays. And then I started streaming, casting more. I was like, oh, he never plays Sova.
So historically, that's the
Mizzou
Crinkle
special,
that is the
right?
Crinkle special.
Yeah.
He was the Sova expert for a long time. We barely saw Sova at all for a while. I think he was a pretty bad agent in terms of the meta for quite a period of time. But we've seen it a little bit more now, and we've seen it cycle through a bunch of different Mizzou carries in terms of people who are playing Sova. It's been all over the place. I think Mizzou's trying to decide who they want to be on Sova.
Sure. And for now, it will be Ponder here on Sunset. And
Yes,
Mizzou starting out on attack this time around. And will once again be Conch on the Rays. This is one we've seen him pick a ton recently to a pretty high level of success. I know in series in months past,
Right there.
this is an agent that we would often see even someone like Ponder on. He played a lot of Rays here on Sunset, but for now, it'll be Mizzou as they make their way into tiles. With some Cypher util dropped onto A. They'll find one who peeks very aggressively into lobby, and a nice blind means that Conch is able to pick it up, and he grabs a Sheriff for himself as well. Dodges out on one flash, out of 24 HP, just spamming through the box. Can't find it yet. As he'll now walk forward into elbow. One way, doing some work here now, and an Altor picked up from Mizzou as well. Shock Dart comes in from Ponder, but no target to be found. Mizzou will instead back out here from A. Look how much space Zella has made for himself, hanging out in mid.
The ultimate lurk right here, trying to catch anybody passing through mid.
It's the bait and switch. I mean, the Condors had multiple members here on B, and they've all made it their way over to A.
Is he going to be ready though?
Finds one, shots come through. Zella picks up the
30
second
seconds left.
and opens up the door for himself as well. So 5-3 now is at least the individual advantage for Mizzou so far. The Cam will spot it out as well, looking towards this market door. Stun comes through, and Kip will take down Zella as well as Ponder. Now the Fade Haunt will spot out Panda as he drops the smoke, but is now blinded. Attempts to walk through very aggressively into the smoke. 7 HP now. He is no longer marked. Conch shots will not land. Condor is now in a 2v3. Piggy just standing on top of the spike. Finds two with the right click. Looking for more. Picks up a 3K for Piggy. A nice round from the Mizzou IGL. And they pick up the very first pistol here on Sunset.
You know, if you plant the spike, and they all have to inevitably go towards the spike. So if you just stand directly on top of it, they have to come to you.
Yeah.
So easy strategy there from Devin. Well played there. Picking up a 3K nice and early. Getting a good stretch into for the next round. This will be a long evening for our Mizzou Valorant players. There's a lot of Valorant to be played, even if these series are both 2-0s, or we see a 2-0 and a 2-1, or multiple 2-1s. It's going to be a strenuous night for them.
absolutely. Now Mizzou hoping to continue their advantage, but Happy Rabbit will immediately be taken out by a swift headshot from the opposing Rays. Mizzou hoping not to drop the round where the Condors are on an eco. Stun. Grab a few double satchel forward. Zella picks up one with his Phantom, trying to dodge out of the damage, but it's Prey who picks him up with the Classic. Now Kip will find one as well, but it's Conch and Piggy finding a few. Mizzou now in a 1 versus 2. Panda drops a smoke, finds the Rays. Checking his angles. He still has a smoke to his left for the moment, but the spot behind him is not where he has looked. He tries to make his way through, but the Vandal picked up by Prey means that it's a thrifty for the Condors, and this will certainly hurt Mizzou's economy.
This is nothing new.
Yeah.
Mizzou not winning the eco round.
5 sheriffs. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, sure. 5 sheriffs. You know, you have a duel at high noon.
5 sheriff versus 5 Van.
Yeah, sure. I'd go for the sheriff with the big iron on his hip in this case. Mizzou trying to find a way to get some momentum in a series we've seen dominated by momentum. 1-1 nice and early, but this is where the real rounds start now, when people actually have guns and resources.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Conch will move forward aggressively into mid as he heads into market. Won't close the door just yet. Will be revealed and taken out as Prey and Silly Shadow pick up 1 apiece. The one-way drops now at the market door. Ponder will clear out the tripwire. He's one of those fade dogs come through, won't find a target. I mean, there's multiple members of the Condors just in their spawn. Mizzou will attempt to move forward. They do have full util available on this Sova. Silly Shadow has dropped 1. A nice shot from Happy Rabbit secures it for him. Panda doing a dance here in market, and with his newfound Vandal, it's Ponder who picks up 1 for himself. Now with a few smokes online, Panda will buy some space for Ponder, who decides to drone in mid. The Haunt will reveal them both, and Kip and Non get 1 apiece. And the Condors take down Mizzou to take a 2-1 lead.
I think the strategy is good. You know, why buy guns when they can just buy them for you? Unable to close out the round there. Just a few too many Mizzou members getting picked off early. Now you can afford some of the bigger guns, and we'll start to see what Mizzou's strategy is here on attack.
Yeah, needing to hopefully string some of those rounds together. We talked about how momentum-based this team is, so we know if they can get the ball rolling, they can roll it for a while, but needing to find that now. Down 2-1. Still early here on Sunset, but you don't want to drop any if you don't have to. And now they'll take down this door here in market. It'll be replaced by a smoke. Shock dart comes through. Satchel forward for Connor. Won't find the target yet. Another Omen smoke blocking the entrance. Zella has picked up 1. Now, they won't find him in the smoke just yet. The nade comes through. He has been revealed by the Fade Haunt. Satchel to try to release 1, but Kip takes him out. And now the Fade ult is going to hit a lot of members of Mizzou. They're all deafened and decaying. Panda dodging out on the flash. Now will be displaced. Has a couple teleports. One shock dart available. Nice flank here from Happy Rabbit. Looking for 2. Finds both. They're inevitably taken out by Kip. But now he's the last one standing in a 1v3 with the spike planted in a beneficial way for Mizzou. Zella finds the last and takes care of it to bring us 2-2 on Sunset.
I think it's so big that you're able to win a round where they invest both the Cypher ult and the Fade ult.
Yeah.
That's massive for Mizzou in terms of building that momentum we've talked about. You want to be able to close out rounds like that. An excellent flank from Ponder, able to get multiple kills there. And Mizzou is in pretty good shape. It seems like their strategies are working. You know, they're getting these plants off, and their defense of these retakes has been pretty excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. Now just needing to string some together. If you're Mizzou, garner yourself a significant advantage as they will be stunned up here by the breach, and the blind comes through. A defensive satchel from Connor will at least bring him to safety. But now still in B main is Zella. He lands some shots, but not lethal damage. Traded out by the nade from Connor. So just 1 for 1 so far. Sova ult, Cypher ult are the two available for opposite sides here by Mizzou and the Condors. Now, Breach ult will be online as well for Piggy. That's another one that can buy you a ton of space. Some shots going through mid into market. Won't find a target.
Off your feet!
Breach ult coming through. Will not land onto anyone. But his teammate, as Prey takes down Conch. Shots won't land from Panda. As Prey drops another. Piggy won't find it either. We'll get one in trade. But immediately it's Prey picking up a 4K, and the Condors going up 3-2.
Yo, but Mizzou, it was able to reveal everybody with that dart there at the end.
True.
So that's okay. You know where they all are. You got shot in the face for it. But Ponder's able to figure out where everybody is at least. Mizzou playing on the back foot here. We've seen some very decisive rounds, not really back and forth. Not seeing a lot of like pure 1v1 rounds, I would say, other than maybe that pistol round at the very beginning. It's been multiple members alive for each team. It's not a 1v1. It's trying to retake with 1v2 or multiple people dead. But Mizzou is still in a good position here as Connor's pushing up to the door.
Contra will immediately take care of that market door. Potentially move in now, but it's immediately taken out by Silly Shadow on this Omen. That's another first blood for the Condors. Panda only has a classic out. It's a Vandal for Zella. Cypher Cage will buy some space for Mizzou at the very least. Ponder's taking care of one with his Sheriff. Now Flash comes through from Piggy. And he will plant the spike as well.
Getting the plant down is good, then you can play for this retake.
We are even numbers here, 4-4. Decent amount of util left open. Needs to try and swing something. Finds one with a nice headshot. Can't find the next as he's traded out by the breach. Now Piggy holding the site. No util available for the Mizzou IGL. He is currently blinded. The Haunt comes out his here as well and reveals it, but he gets out one in trade. Pulls up a classic. Can't find it. Kip taking him out with the Vandal. Zella in the smoke. The cage coming up. They'll mark him with the cam. It's Zella falling. J-Man will get the defuse. Should have just enough time. It is reasonably close. Yeah, less than a second left, but Condors grab the biggest lead of it so far, 4-2.
Mizzou had the right idea there in terms of, I think a timeout from Snow here is good because Mizzou, they need to set a strategy on like what they want to accomplish. Sure. I feel like they've been kind of all over the place. We've seen them go towards that B side every single round. I want to see them develop a strategy because attack is when you're setting that pace. And we know that Conestoga, while a good team, has been playing relatively slow when they are on attack. So when you have control of the pace of the game, you want to have a set plan and get as many rounds as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mizzou needing to kind of find something that works. Have found some success. Obviously, it is 4-2. You know, not a 6-0 situation like we were in before. But
yeah, it's always better than last.
Yeah, it can't get much worse than 6-0.
Yeah.
But needing to find something to continue to build momentum off of, find success, and hopefully grab yourself a win and take a lead, grab an advantage, of course. Still a decent amount of Valorant to be played, 4-2. I know that Sunset is one that Mizzou certainly feels comfortable on, like we said. Don't imagine they picked that last map, so this should be Mizzou's map pick.
Yeah, I would assume so.
But needing to, I mean, we saw it in the last one when Mizzou was able to string some rounds together.
Yeah, let's just see 5 in a row here, guys. Come on.
That would be great.
This is when they win on 5 in a row after they were down 6-0. So now you're down 2-4. You're giving yourself a free advantage. Let's see a 7-4, guys.
Yeah, Mizzou with some options here could go. I mean, you have Showstoppers available. You have Hunter's Fury. You've got the Omen ult as well. Omen ult on both sides, actually. Conch will not invest in an aggressive play here to start. In B main, however, is just Zella as he dodges out on the blind. Now the Hunter's Fury is going to come through into B main from Mizzou, looking for the targets, and they won't find it yet as Nan takes down Zella. Piggy and Happy Rabbit back out of B main. Down a man, the Condors with quite a few ultimates available. It'll be a double satchel forward, aggressive play here. Won't land from Conch, looking for this fade, dodges out on.
It's gonna walk back in.
Decay finds prey and takes him out with relative ease. As now Piggy will plant onto the A site. Condors will attempt to play retake. Not a ton up for Mizzou. If the Condors really want to invest here, they do have Razalt, Breach Ult as well. There's the Razalt. They can't quite take him out as Kip drops Paragon first. Now the Breach Ult comes through. Ponder is going to be stunned here for a while. Has a drone. The drone's taken out. Looking
player
for the
standing.
shots. Can't find it. It's just Piggy alive. And the spike has been defused. That is 2 big ults invested by the Condors, but their lead grows to 3 rounds.
Get me in the line of
It's
fire.
tough for Mizzou when you have a player like Connor who goes in so aggressively and he's not able to find anything with the double satchel plus the raise ult. So you definitely want to see him start to find his footing in this round. Absolutely carried them to a win on map 1 on split. And here he started 4 and 7. So you want to find a way to get him involved and quickly. Emphasis on the quickly, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We're checking the timer here. It is 7:26, so we'll see the decision that is made. Of course, Mizzou could just 2-0. If we win the rest of the round, it'll be over pretty quick.
Yeah, sure. Let's finish 13-5.
Might as
11
well.
in a row, sure.
Now, Panda will be spotted here and taken out by Non. Sheriff versus Vandal. Most times the Vandal wins, as the Boombot won't find a target. Ponder will make his way up towards A now, and has the rest of his fellow teammates to follow. Waiting to see what they can find. Most members of the Condors are over towards B, but it's Conch falling to Non immediately. Raisnade dropping as well, and
Last
quick
player
headshot takes out
standing.
Piggy.
1v9.
Spike
Non
down
dropping
A.
Happy Rabbit as well. Zella, the last man standing in a 1v5. He will take out the Haunt, so they'll know he's there. Kip will take the ace, but it's a flawless regardless. The Condors go up 6-2.
Okay, so the copium here is Mizzou was down 2-6 in the last round, and then we saw them move it to 5-6. So they're getting in their comfort zone here.
Yeah, down 4 rounds comfort zone.
Yeah, for sure. See what Mizzou's plan is here. They did have the timeout and talk with Coach Snow for a brief period, but they have to put together some strategy here on Sunset. Ideally, you would not like this to go to a map 3, because then you have a difficult decision to make. So see what they do.
Revealing area.
Yeah, for sure. Mizzou will play near mid to start. I don't think the Haunt found anyone from the fade of the Condors. They presume there's a cam somewhere nearby on to B, but Zella will back on out, back into B main before anything else will start, and Mizzou will have to play this one a decent bit slower than we've seen before. Now members of the Condors will move on in. That's not taken out. A nice stun means they'll drop J-Man as well. So Panda and Ponder picking up a couple for themselves. Raisnade goes the opposite direction.
Zoning nade, zoning nade. This play's got the bot.
The Boombot will not find a ton of success yet. Some sprays through the smoke. Now the Decay comes through the blind as well. Moving forward, this will remove them out now. Happy Rabbit picks up Kip. They're looking for the last 2 of the Condors. 5v2 in favor of Mizzou. Let's see who and what they can find. They'll spot the Omen
Enemy remaining.
as he wide swings and Zella removes him quickly.
Getting a flawless potentially here without having, I don't think they used any ults. So getting a flawless but no ults invested when you're in a situation where you're down in a series is huge. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. And The Cypher will just save. They might try and look for him, but they won't even bother with that. I mean, we saw what happened last time when they chased some kills. They lost a few rifles for free. So
Yeah,
this
I
time,
don't want to do that this time.
Mizzou knows, hey, we got the free win. If the Condors keep, one of their buys from last round, Prey keeps his Vandal. Unlucky, it's fine. We keep all of ours. So that will give Mizzou some economic footing that they can stick behind, even if they drop some rounds in the future. But obviously hoping to keep the ball rolling here on attack.
That's what you want. In order to start a rally, you just got to get one. That's what they say. You have to take it one step at a time here. And Mizzou brings us to 3-6. Better. Hey, it's infinitely. It's 33% better than 2-6. So
that's true. Now, once again, Mizzou primarily playing through mid here. Operator goes wide, and Conch knows to potentially back on out of there for the moment. The camera taken care of. They will not spot this Cypher yet. I don't think this trip is in range quite yet either. One smoke available now, another one up in 2 seconds. Raise nade coming forward, goes over the trip, but directly into an Omen blind, and now a fade ult. Connor cannot see anything as Prey takes him out, is taken out in trade by Panda. Now the Cypher ult will come down. TP on out from Panda, the decay ends, and one more Omen smoke comes through. They'll spot many members after the Cypher ult was invested. Trying to make his way on out. Beautiful shot from Panda, takes care of the satcheling raise, but he's dropped in trade by Silly Shadow. Mizzou now 3 versus 3. Breach ult is up. The question is if you want to invest it. They'll do just that, forcing the entirety of the Condors to be stunned, but they really don't take advantage of it, just despite stopping the plant. Need to stop it before it goes through, and they ping the spike and take care of it quickly. As Mizzou now still down, but down 6-4.
it looks questionable when you use the breach ult there because you're not able to capitalize and immediately get the kills, but the key there is you're able to move Ponder the other side of that door, and that's not something the Condors were expecting him to be in that location. Ends up picking up 2 himself, so well played there by Mr. Jack Ponder, Happy Rabbit 47. I just find it so funny that we've got a member of Conestoga on this team. His name is Silly Shadow, and he's playing Omen. Like, this guy.
My assumption is he's just an Omen one trick.
I mean, that would be an Omen one trick kind of name.
He also played Omen last.
Oh, that's true. Well, I mean, I don't think there's a time. I'm not a big Valor player, but I've seen a lot of Valor games. It seems like Omen's always pretty solid.
Yeah, Omen's the one that people say can be played on pretty much every map.
He's got a teleport, he's got a smoke, he's got lots of tools.
He's got a blind, 2 smokes, he's got a couple teleports. Zella finds a nice angle, takes out Silly Shadow. Mizzou with a 1-man advantage as they plant the spike here on to A, hoping to bring us to 6-5. And there's a smoke to block off one entrance. Now an A main, Happy Rabbit takes care of his as Prey falls. And based on the movement of the Condors, they will be saving as well. So
there's this Riot gun buddy. He finally got it after
begging
they begged for the gun buddy for so long. Finally, Mr. Jack Ponder able to get his. Looks like Mason's got one as well.
He does.
But I'm impressed with Mizzou's ability. They have consistently gotten these plants off.
Yeah.
Pretty much every single round, even the rounds where they don't win. Is another one there from Piggy.
One on the exit. Very, very nice.
Ponder can get his. Oh, not quite. But they are consistently getting the plant down and then playing for a retake situation, which can be a struggle sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to get on the site in the first place without losing too many people. We saw that a decent bit on Split, but they've done a pretty good job at least getting it down, which sets them up for retake coverage, which they've done a very good job of this series.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're in almost the identical spot we were in last time. Mizzou down 6-5, last round of the half. No mark 1. Zella will be stunned up, but the Rays not moving forward to capitalize on that breach utility. Mid smoked off. Conch will move forward, and Omen Smoke will block off Market Door, and Mizzou will move from tiles, at least for now, towards A. Tripwire from Mizzou will block off the flank and at least notify them if anyone is on the way. Panda will move up into elbow. while the rest of the team heads over into main. They will see this trip now, and saw some util use, drops a nade to potentially clear out Prey. Doesn't do a ton of damage. Swing over, Prey picks up 2. Happy Rabbit will at least trade it on back. Hunter's Fury is available, not going to be invested yet, as Ponder will get the plant. You have to imagine this ultimate will be used at some point. It will be invested now. A great shot takes out Kip. Looking for more. Zella will give him the information to potentially land more onto J-Man, but Panda will just TP onto the boxes. Ponder can't find his shots. 1v3 now. No nade damage done to Panda. Swings onto 2. Picks up the goal, but can't find Nan. I believe that he's got enough time to defuse the spike. A really creative angle there from Panda, but just not quite enough. And it's the exact same thing as last time. We saw the Condors pick up a big lead early on in the first half, but we end the first half 7-5 in favor of the Condors.
I think it's a fine spot to be in. You know, it's a worse spot for Conestoga after you lost the last game when you're up 7-5. It's not quite as easy for Mizzou to close this out quickly. You know, these two teams obviously very close to each other in terms of who can accomplish what. We'll have to see what Mizzou's strategy is now that they're on defense. But the pistol round first.
Yeah, absolutely. Mizzou hoping to find some success here. 7-5 is their deficit. Hoping to bring us back now for their own advantage and taking us to a 2-0 victory before their next match of the night. Shots come through from Conch with the satchel away, but it's Happy Rabbit who picks up Non. Conch with the defensive satchel on back will be revealed by the Haunt. Then will be marked for a while, but won't find anything else coming out from the fade. Now shots out from Zella, taking out Prey, and his camera will reveal some more and spot out the blind for him so he can back on out. Multiple members into market, a nice blind coming through, but it's J-Man picking up both Zella and Panda, and Silly Shadow dropping Piggy and Paragon. Now it is just Ponder left alive here for Mizzou in a 1v3. A lot of damage going down, but not enough lethal damage, and Kip removes him with ease as the Condors go up 8-5.
Yeah, it looked like Conch was running in to give Mr. Silly Shadow a kiss there because he didn't have his gun out. He blasted directly at his face. He's like, hello! And gets shot in the face. Unfortunate, but this is nothing new. Mizzou not able to pick up the pistol round.
8-5. Still, you know, you don't want to drop the fewest amount of drops of rounds you can drop, the better, especially when you go in with a deficit already. And with this, I believe, being their map pick, again, could be wrong. We don't know that for certain. Could change things up here for Mizzou. And if you can sneak away a win on the eco, certainly never complain about that. Panda will drop a blind and clear out B main. There's a smoke as well, but Kip's already picked up Conch, and now J-Man dropping Panda as well. 2 members of Mizzou taken off the board. Piggy the next to fall. Prey will secure that one, and it's the Condors with a big advantage here. I mean, this is the one. We know for sure they have the gun advantage, but they're running straight into Ponder, who finds just the one. It's Prey dropping him in trade. Just Zella left alive. And we'll see what Mizzou's Cypher can accomplish as he falls with relative ease. Silly Shadow, the one to pick him up.
Yeah, not what you want if you're Mizzou. You were able to get, I think they won both of those last 2 rounds in the previous map. 9-5, not a situation they've been in. As the time ticks, you have to kind of dig deep and figure this one out.
I need to win some rounds and need to win some rounds swiftly. In the bonus here, this is the time for Mizzou to potentially start a run. But again, there's still a mountain to climb at the very least here for the Tigers. Sovadart reveals some. They take care of the camera as well. Panda on top of the box here and market. It's like the exact same setup that we've seen many times before across all levels of play. Camera will mark onto one. So many members of the side of the Condors there, and the util taking out Zella, and Panda falling to the Sheriff as well. Now Piggy dropping. Conch picks up one with his Vandal, but he's taken down to 21 health and falling to the Sheriff shot as well. Ponder, the last one standing. It's Non who will plant the spike. And in a 1v3 in the bonus, this is just about the last thing you could hope for. If your Mizzou shots come through, won't find their mark. The Bulldogs securing it and dropping these first 3 rounds in this side swapper. Gonna be a challenge here for Mizzou.
Yeah, it's the last possible thing that you want to do in this situation is start to have that momentum turn on you. We can see the momentum is just as much of a factor in this game as it was in the past. Mizzou needs to break this streak super badly. As much as they can, they need to do whatever they possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. Mizzou needing and hoping to find some success here. Down 10-5, and once again on an eco. Stinger in hand for a few members. Zella's cam will spot the util used by the Fade. The one-way cage comes out. Now a nade thrown on to be main. Won't find the mark just yet. Conch will pick up one in trade, falling to Kip. The blind comes through, but it's Zella and Piggy the next to fall. Silly Shadow claiming them. Now it's Prey, grabs another. Last one standing is Ponder. He'll spot him behind this cage, and Kip will plant the spike. There's some util left up, but Ponder's first shot doesn't go. Now Decayed here. His health will very slowly return to him. 10 armor, 93 HP, 2 shock darts on a drone. No time for that though. In a 1 versus 4, 3 ultimates, available for the Condors as well. Now a flash comes through. Prey swings and Prey takes him out. 11-5 is the lead for the Condors, and Mizzou will call timeout once again. And a deficit that you're hoping you can climb, but you have to play effectively perfect here for the rest of this map.
Yeah, it's do or die for Mizzou in a way that I don't think we've seen in other series, in the fact that they've got multiple series here, so there's going to be a decision that has to be made. If you drop this map, do you play Game 3 of this series, or do you go into the next series, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't pick up Mount 2, if you don't make a big comeback here, you can't play one of them. You either you either played these two effectively as a warm up to go into the next one, or you call off the next one. So hoping to be able to play both, but obviously, what is that? 8 rounds to win in a row, nearly. Considering you have a little bit of wiggle room and that you can drop one more round, but going to be a challenge here, and clearly needing to switch some things up here on defense. Just not going well for Mizzou so far.
Yeah, it's something that obviously they struggled with in map number 1, in that they weren't able to figure out what they needed to do on defense until after they had already lost 6. Now we see Conestoga getting the initial 4. You just at all costs don't want what happened before it happened, where you drop 6 to start on defense. Otherwise, map's over.
Yeah. That is how map works. Now, Conestoga coming forward. Panda picking up the initial kill from the aggressive play from Non. This could slow down the Conestoga efforts here, but they do have 3 ult coming in now onto site, and will now remove some of the advantages that Mizzou had in market, but that's a big ult investment that they found no benefit. Zella picking up Prey. Now it's Conch moving forward, picking up 2. Panda grabs another. It's a flawless out of the pause. This is what Mizzou need to get back into this one.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need. Hopefully you could just pull off 8 flawlesses in a row and
That'd be great.
let's get out of here.
Yeah, Mizzou dropped no more deaths. GG. Obviously, you know, something you could hope for, but still, like I said, a long ways to go if you're Mizzou. But the opportunity is there, and it's about time. Mizzou able to take advantage
Scanning ahead.
if they can do it. And this dart won't find anyone yet on 2A, as the Condors will play this one much slower. Shock dart will come through. And now Ponder hoping to find something. The Condors will transition from initially stacking there towards A, now over on to this B site instead, and no one really holding the site as they move their way into B main, but Conch has a nasty flank here. It's just a matter of if he can find his angle. The one-way cage will spot one, and Zella finds prey with ease, taking him out quickly. The cam will grab the location of another, as well as that tripwire. The haunt comes through, dodging out of the flash is Panda. The dog will blind him, however. Now Conch finds his way into the back of the site. Nod picks up 2, Zella picking up 1, Conch picking up 2 for himself, looking for the last. It's 3 for Connor. 11-7 now. Mizzou still behind, but closer than they were a few minutes ago.
They just sit forward in their gamer chairs
Yeah.
the last 2 rounds, looking very effective and decisive. I don't know where they were in the first 4 rounds of defense. I think Coach Snow may have said something and pumped them up. They have a very specific strategy. Mizzou going full balls to the wall to try to close this one out, and they've done everything they've needed so far. See if they can carry it.
Yeah. Coach Snow called the timeout, told them, lock in.
Lock in,
And now
guys.
Mizzou is attempting to find success, as the result was used immediately by the Condors, and
Oh.
Happy Rabbit can't quite find it. His Non will pick him up. Piggy grabs one, is now blind. As Panda grabs one for his own. Conch picking up 2
Spike down A.
immediately there in elbow, and Mizzou win again. 8-11 now is still, again, a deficit. We're getting a lot closer.
These are some very decisive wins from Mizzou, and I'm telling you, who
Very
the difference
quickly.
is, it's Conch. Like
When Conch is on, he's on.
when he's on, he's on, and we win the rounds. When he is not, we see Mizzou struggle. So hopefully we can see that performance from Conch continue through this series and potentially into the next one. See what Mizzou opts for here, having won the last 3.
Yeah, now we'll see if Conestoga decide to switch anything up. A couple smokes going out from both sides. The ult orb will be picked up by Conch, brings him 1 away. It was very close there near A as Conch makes his way on out. Zella will now drop the Cypher cage into the market door. Conch will hold this angle with his Vandal. Finds Cypher, finds his head. That gives him the showstopper if he wants to use it. Not going to do that just yet, however. Mizzou, man advantage. Conestoga hoping to make their way in. This is a one-way smoke placed by Panda here, and Zella's angle means he won't find their legs just yet. Now Ponder
Scanning ahead.
will find one, but Non swings him right away, taking him out. Piggy will come through the smoke, has a stun into market. Flash swung away from, and it's Piggy picking up 1. Zella grabbing 1 as well. J-Man
Always on.
with another.
30
This
seconds left.
was
One
hit by this
enemy
fade. All
remaining.
Piggy picks up
Spike
1. It's just the
down,
fade
B.
left from the Condors. The spike has not been planted. The fade is here on site. Panda with a jump peek down to 30 health, going for the spray, but it's Conch who secures it. 11-9 now. Mizzou clawing their way back into this one.
I wish they'd play like this the whole game. Yeah, see, now we're
Yeah.
seeing the timeout from the other
I think
side.
you have to if you're the
Of
Condor.
course, they've been all over you for the last 4 rounds. If we saw them play like this the entire game, we would be 13-0 out of here nice and quick. The last 4 rounds, Mizzou has looked so decisive, and so the teamwork has been excellent too. You know, if somebody's struggling, we saw Ponder get picked off there, Zella not able to get the kills, but then Piggy's there, and I think he got a two or three within that last round. Excellent play from Mizzou in the last 4.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some of the cleanest play, some of the most decisive play we've seen all series. Hoping to keep that up. Obviously, I mean, the same is true from our last time out, what Snow called it, and not the opposite side. You still have very little wiggle room. You know, they're 1 away from match point, but you brought yourself from 11-5 to 11-9. So,
yeah, sure. You made it this far.
Yeah, you made it this far. You might as well grab
And
the
you
win.
have 1 round of wiggle room as well, just in case you like really make a huge mistake. That still gives you a you could still play aggressive.
Yeah.
It's not ideal to be on match point and have to claw your way back, but you had to do that last map, and B, you've done it before, so
Sure.
it's not the end of the world. You could still be aggressive if you need to be. That doesn't take anything off the table for Mizzou.
Yeah, I agree. Both these sides pretty much even footing. You can see that Sova and Ray's ult both online for Mizzou. Cypher ult up for the Condors. Now they will initially move up through B main.
If you're Conestoga, how does your strategy change after dropping 4 in a row?
Well, right now it appears that strategy has changed to a pretty hard B push in which Mizzou will just be playing retake as the Omen smoke comes through. Panda will not be hit by the dog from the fade. Will spam through the smoke. Didn't get touched
Spike
by the
planted.
nade as well. They see so many here on to B. Just gets his Vandal out. Zella secures it with his Phantom. Now the Cypher ult comes through. And this makes you aware of the location of all. Ray's ult coming through, but the stun first will at least slow him down for a bit. Satchel forward, looking for the last. Picks it up. Now Happy Rabbit will fall to J-Man. The nade won't find its ideal target. Zella just going to stick on the plant, but Non picking up 2.
He got it.
Sticking his Zella. And Mizzou bring us within 1. 11-10 now as they look to spray down Non, who takes down Panda in the process.
They are feeling it right now. This is the momentum team.
Yeah.
We're scaling for the late game. You know, you go down 11-5, you get them false hope.
Yeah.
But
True.
you have those infinitely scaling stats that they can't counter. You know, they've tried all sorts of things. They tried a quick push on B, they've tried a push on A, they've tried splitting up, they've tried pushing through mid. Nothing has worked within these last 5 rounds. Mizzou could win VCT based on these last 5 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, if you got on a roll momentum, on a roll Mizzou, they're winning Madrid.
They're trying it again. I think they like the fact that they were able to plant that round instead of just all getting picked off. So it looks like another B-side push.
Breach ult coming in as well. This is a tough spot for Zella. He did not get hit by the breach ult. As now Kip has already picked up Panda. Mizzou has a breach ult of their own as well. Keep this in mind. Ponder looking for Prey, but that just gives them the Cypher ult. Piggy picks up 1 but falls in trade. Zella grabs another, taking down Kip, looking for 1 more. We can't quite do it.
Last player
As
standing.
now it is just Conch alive in a 1 versus 3.
He's getting flanked too.
Saw the flank at the last second, but it's Prey who picks him up. After picking up 5 in a row, the Condors bring themselves to match point 12-10. And I just noticed it as well. Mr. Rick Sample showed this to me as well. We are, technically speaking, 7 minutes away from when the next series is supposed to start. Mizzou needing to string together. Mizzou needs to string together 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, 4 rounds
at least
in a row.
2 to bring us to OT.
We saw them do it last map. We know
Sure.
that they can do it. I think we're definitely going to see them giving it their all there. They don't want to have to FF anything based on time. That's a silly reason. We go down fighting. Don't have things out of your control.
Cam coming out. Ponder coming through. Dies in trade, but grabbing 1 is better than none. It's Kip who picks him up. The Condors, the only side with an ult online. It is the showstopper. Gonna see a smoke thrown onto A. The Condors playing this one relatively slow. Multiple members in B main. It's Zella falling to a quick one from Prey. Now a smoke comes through. The Raze rocket will drop Panda, but Panda secures Non in the process as well. There is a stun available for Piggy. Kip is going to tap the plant, not stick it
We didn't see.
to start. Did not see. Mizzou, 2 versus 3. Grabs a couple. Piggy finds one, can't find the second, dies in
All right.
trade.
This is the guy.
Conch, 1v2 to keep the series alive. The camera knows
Spike
exactly where
planted.
he is. Spot him in B main. They're going to solo fade ult him for the Deafen and the Decay. And Prey
Attackers win.
immediately picks him up, and the Condors bring it on back and take down map 2. Mizzou clawed their way back. At one point it was 11-5. It ends 13-10. But the Condors win. Now the question is, I don't
Yeah, I don't
fully
know,
know what
they're
their
gonna do.
decision
We'll probably
is.
figure out during this upcoming break
Yeah.
exactly what their decision is as we deal with the ramifications of this doubleheader. They really just dug their hole a little bit too deep, and even though they made a heroic effort to climb out, weren't able to pull themselves away.
Yeah, I mean, if you bring 5 maps, or if you bring 5 rounds in a row, but the Condors were on like 9, then
Yeah.
obviously things are a little more justifiable. But picking up 11, even, I mean, like I said, such little wiggle room that 2 rounds going over was all that the Condors needed. But like example, my co-host said, we're going to need to go to a quick break. We are not sure which series we'll be going to. Like we said, it is a doubleheader, but this one technically would have one more map. We will get you that information when we come back after a very short break. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
The next up.
Hello, we are back from our very short break. Unfortunately, due to the time constraints and having to go into a doubleheader, Mizzou will have to drop their match against Conestoga in the NECC playoffs due to an FF. They will not play this 3rd map out. Unfortunate, but unfortunately, when you're in as many leagues as we are, this is the situation you find yourself in.
Playoffs, there's as many leagues.
Yeah, exactly. In playoffs and all of them is the main issue. So instead, I believe we're moving from NECC to NACE playoffs, I think.
I think it's SNU.
Yeah, I believe so. SNU will be who is coming up next. But that is all for that first map. We are not going anywhere. We're going to be coming back with our next series here in just a few seconds. But unfortunately, we'll be dropping that first one to Conestoga in a 1-1 effort. Unfortunately, an FF, but that is the way things go. We're going to go to another break here for just a moment, but we'll be back with our second series here in just a little bit. Hello, hello, welcome back to the Mizzou Esports Twitch stream. I am still Paladino. I was with you for the first couple of maps that we saw. Like we mentioned during the break, or right before the break, Mizzou having to drop their first playoff match of the night. But now coming into this next one, we move from NECC to NACE, best of 3 versus Siena Heights. And to my left is another familiar face, but a different one than you just saw. It's Son of Gary. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, pleasure to be here. I mean, we got a fun doubleheader tonight, some NECC and NACE action, so should be a fun one. I believe our first map is going to be Sunset. We'll be heading into game shortly, and yeah, it looks like teams have already selected characters here, so Mizzou rolling out on the right side of your screen, going to be running the Cypher Omen with Raze, Sova, and Breach. Really, we don't see Breach too often in this meta, no?
Yeah, I think it seemed to have come back, or to have come back here recently, with Breach being played, I think, in every single one of our first 2 maps in this doubleheader, and now back to it. It will be complete mirror matchups here on both sides. Mizzou will start on the defensive side here in this one. To fix the text in just a moment, just an issue that'll be resolved here in a little while. But Mizzou starting on defense, and Siena Heights seeming to play very aggressively into A, but it's Conchwell full blind taking care of the first. As now, that's all we will see for the moment as SHU slow way down, head through tiles into mid and potentially transitioning on over to B. Panda will throw.
Yeah, Zella's got to be careful in this position here. He's got 4 people on him.
Yeah, he'll be fine for the moment as he heads on back. A nice blind as Conch will claim another. Panda grabs one for himself. The Sova from SHU has picked up a couple. Panda, one for himself. This Cypher is 1 HP and doesn't have the spike either. Now the Ghost picked up, secures it for Panda. It's a 3K for the Omen of Mizzou, and they go up 1-0 over SHU. Now, okay, this is really unfortunate.
Is there 2 piggies?
There's 2 piggies.
There's 2 piggies. Oh, boy.
That's
But one of them's Ms. Piggy. I mean,
that's
we all
the
know
other
who
one's
the superior
SHU
is.
piggy.
Yeah.
Okay, thankfully they're not playing the same agent, because that would be a nightmare.
I do love all the SHUs and then Russell from up.
Yeah, SHU. I mean, it's
That
the same
is-
with Mizzou. I mean, especially when we had Steve-O play, it was everyone was MIZ and then Paragon.
Yeah. Coming out here, very chaotic opening here. Just a lot of abilities going out all at once, but the recon tag
picks
on
up
Russell.
3
Oh, it's Zella.
immediately.
Remaining.
Panda finds one with his stinger as well. This is the econ for SHU, and it's just this Sova alive. The cam, I don't think, spotted him. Zella at 58 HP, but that's all he needs for the 4K in this round. A big one for the Cypher of Mizzou, and they go up 2-0.
Yeah, just an unfortunate peek there from the Sova. Just doesn't have the timing down, and Zella able to convert really well on that. SHU kind of going for a lot of aggressive plays. I mean, they kind of just threw a lot of util into that early, and we're going to see a quick replay here from Zella. Some beautiful headshots coming in there with the Ghost there to kind of clean up that round. But into this next one, maybe both teams going for some heavy investment. SHU coming in with a lot of rifles in this round, so hoping to convert on this investment.
Yeah, this will be their bonus. So this is the one where they invest a lot and hope to win, and they're stacking here near A site. Zella, the only member of Mizzou on this side, besides the jump peak here in the alley, and we'll find a few members with his cam. Conch will take care of the trip, but the Cypher will take care of 3 through the wall,
Player standing.
as now it is just Zella alive, as Mizzou attempts to make their way on over. The investment in that Vandal and this bonus gives the Cypher of SHU a ton of value.
Yeah, I mean, you just see the power of the Cypher util there. Even though it didn't actually catch anyone for SHU, just Conch giving
Spike
away his
planted.
positioning to break that just completely ruined the engagement that Mizzou was trying to go for, and the Cypher just pops off with 3 quick kills, and Zella just on the back foot here, not going to opt to push this, just going to try and save this Phantom for the next round.
Yeah, I mean, there's no sense in trying to make a hero play in a 1v5, lose another rifle. Just hang on to your Phantom, hang out and spawn. Maybe If some individuals come up to him, he can find some success, but
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to be a bit careful here. I mean, there's a lot of time left because SHU opted to plant the bomb, and they're actually heading his direction, so this could get ugly.
yeah, I mean, the
Uh-oh.
spike will go soon. He has the angle. He picks up.
No.
Yes, we lose
Yeah, he's
the
gonna lose that
Phantom
Phantom,
anyways. That is unlucky for Mizzou. It is the bonus, so they drop that one 2-1, but still a overall round advantage.
Yeah. Crucially, though, for SHU, they're getting their economy back in shape, so they're going to be coming in to this with full rifles and shields. And definitely some credits to spare as well. Meanwhile, Mizzou, similar, but got some light shields, a stinger for Zella as well. He does have that neural theft ready, but I mean, not the most impactful ult in the world. But we'll see what they can do with that here. Heading on to the 4th round of this defensive half.
Yeah, I mean, we talked so much about how Mizzou is a momentum-based team and hoping to kind of gain some of that momentum here now as both Sova darts used near that same spot. Over towards A is now the rest of the side of SHU will move over to B. Some one-way smokes and Cypher cages coming out. They'll drop a regular cage as well. Conch has picked up Chewan of SHU. So a nice first blood here for Mizzou. And still, only ult online will belong to Zella. And SHU will slow way down here. Still hanging near B main, but not opting to make any movements so far.
Yeah, they're just playing really slow. I think they're a little bit scared. Yeah, the Cypher utility, and Zella just gets a camera tag there. That's going to eat even more time off the clock here for SHU. And stun comes in. Zella able to convert on that. SHU Piggy able to trade that back, but still a 4v1.
Conch picking up
line
the
just-
opposing Piggy, and now with the rocket, gets it off in time.
The fade away from Paragon.
The 3K for Conch gives Mizzou their 3rd round win, up 3-1. Now got it off just in time before being taken out.
Yeah, I mean, that first pick from Conch at the beginning of the round was so crucial because not only did that completely kill the momentum for SHU, but it also got that ultimate online for him to finish out the round with. So just a great play there from the Rays of Mizzou. I mean, he's at the top of the scoreboard for a reason. Conch is just very good on all these heavily mechanical agents here.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him play so well in recent memory especially, and really propelled Mizzou to that first map win in their last series. Hoping to put on a similar show here in this one. Won't find the Cypher just yet, as he decides to peek really early. And Conch falling, now Piggy the next to go again to this Cypher. The question is where SHU will go.
Yeah, this neural theft is just going to give them so much space, so they can actually afford to push in a bit more aggressively here, especially in this 5v3. Mizzou very split, and I mean, if SHU is able to notice this, push it onto B site now. I got 4
They
members
don't
in
know
here.
where Panda is, but
Oh,
Zella just
Zella.
claims 3 on his own. A 3K for Zella, looking for more. It's 4 for Zella. How about an ace for the kid? Alex
I mean,
secures it.
And I mean, I feel like they're like, with all that momentum for those first 2 picks, SHU, they just stall. Why? I don't understand why they don't just go in more aggressively there, especially when Mizzou was so split. It was just a really bad read from them, and they don't make the rotation with nearly enough initiative. Zella able to punish that beautifully with a nice ace there. See the replay coming through here. Yeah, gets off to the side. They're all looking the other direction. Gets the neural theft off there as well. Gonna get the recon proc onto that last member around the corner and just finishes off the Cypher as he peeks main. Beautiful play from the Cypher of Mizzou. Massive recon bolt came through there. It looked like all 4 members coming through that left side got tagged by that, and that's an easy first pick for Mizzou.
Yeah, Piggy claiming the first. They're all out in to elbow, and it's going well so far as most members of Mizzou have fallen. Breach ult coming in now is going to be a challenge for Zella to deal with. He does have a cage on top of him. He's going to drop some shots in, but no lethal damage to be found, as they'll look
Panda wants to
for
fight this.
more.
Spike planted.
Nice shot from
My
Panda.
ultimate is ready.
Crucially, 2 of the members here for SHU are very low. Just one body shot will take him out.
Yeah, needs to know the location, however. Has 2 teleports and a smoke. Finds the first, looking for more, but they swing at the same time, and it's Chaewon who will take out Panda. And Mizzou still up 4-2-2.
Yeah, well played there, but obviously just getting all 4 other teammates
Can I get a drop?
caught out before going for that. Not going to work out in Panda's favor. So SHU keeping this in contention. The lead only at two rounds now, but a pretty even economy across the board. Conch looking a little worse for wear. Just hovering the classic with, what is he going for here? Oh, he's got a Vandal. He gets a Vandal buy, it looks like, from Zella, potentially.
Revealing area.
Full rifles for both sides. With the bolt destroyed, they'll know at least one is up near A. It will just be the Cypher. Jump peek now from Conch. Both sides. Bit of a standoff here as the stun comes through. Double satchel for Connor. Finds
Oh.
the angle, but just taken out by Piggy. Now tripwire in the cage. For a challenge to deal with. He's got it pointed at his head and takes him down. As it's Piggy and Ponder. Now Zella all claiming one apiece. The one-way not doing quite enough work. As Chaewon will claim Xanda. Panda with a nice blind, but they'll know his location from this recon bolt. Has one more TP if he wants to use it, but again, they'll find him out now. Piggy with the aim to take down 1. How about 2? Make it 3 in the round for Piggy. Mizzou up 5-2.
Yeah, Panda kind of gets in a rough spot there, but he's just able to use his utility, the blind and the TPs, to just stay alive and avoid the LOS of those 2 members of SHU for long enough that Piggy's able to make the rotation over there and finish them off from the flank. Just really well played from the Omen there.
Yeah, nice work here for Mizzou so far. Obviously, a couple rounds not going their way, but overall, not going to complain about a 5-2 side so far. Hoping to extend that lead here on defense and then bring that
Scanning
same
ahead.
momentum and energy now. Is lots of members coming up A. It is Conch picking up 1. Sova ult will come through. Dodging out of the flash is Ponder. Another flash coming through. He dodges out on both. Sova ult won't find a target. Panda throwing the blind, but they're just going to run straight at him. The Piggy of SHU will take him out. Zella picks up 1, but falling in trade to Chaewon. We're in a 2v3 situation. Ponder looking onto tiles as Piggy gets traded out. Ponder has picked up a couple in this round already, but looking for more. The side of SHU will head through B main
Throw the
into
Omen ult into this.
B. Now Ponder looking for his angle. Picks up 1. That's 3 in the round so far. It's a 1v1. He's down to about 44 HP. Has a couple darts available, and this is just a full rotate here from this Cypher, who does have the HP advantage. The door, I believe, is not down.
Revealing
darts.
area.
30 seconds left.
SHU's able to get hold of the bomb as well, crucially, so he's going to be heading over to A site to plant.
Yeah, now 2 shock darts.
Spike planted.
We'll see if this is lined up. Finds him, and a beautiful shot from the Happy Rabbit himself. It's a 4K for Ponder and a round win for Mizzou to go up 6-2.
Really beautiful play from Ponder there. Almost messes up the timing, but able to get that crosshair placement right, just right, and gets a beautiful headshot to finish out that round. A nice clutch coming through there.
It's a Riot Gun Buddy diff from MIZ Ponder, currently Happy Rabbit 47. He's doing great here so far. He's another one of those guys on this roster who, when they really start heating up, they are hard to slow down. There's so many, so many consistent players here for Mizzou that when they really get the ball rolling, it's an easy time. Zella may or may not have missed his first one-way cage, but that's okay. Now the side of SHU
Scanning
will
ahead.
diversify their locations. A similar setup that they've had in the past so far. This ult will head on over to Conch, who is now 2 away, and will clear out a cam as well. Mizzou going to push on forward, but it's Happy Rabbit the first to fall to the Piggy of SHU.
where you are.
That's an Earl theft that will come out as well, along with an Omen ult.
think that's Mizzou's
It
Omen ult.
is Mizzou's Omen ult. We'll see where he decides to go. This is a Raze ult coming in now. This one is SHU, however. The rocket doesn't find a target. Conch in the smoke has
Oh
the
boy.
angle that he needs. Just needs to play it slow. Picks up the first. Knows he has members in front of him. Zella picking up one. Piggy one for himself
enemy
as well.
remaining.
Now Zella with his second. It is just the Brim, or excuse me, the Breach left alive, and it's Piggy who takes care of business. 7-2 now the advantage for the Tigers.
Yeah, really chaotic fight there. A lot of smokes going down, but Conch gets that nice flank. Catches the Cypher unaware, I think in his own cage, and
Yeah.
will get a nice headshot there. And just the dominoes fall from there. So
Right
I think
there.
a 5-round lead now. I think that's the largest lead we've seen this half, and Mizzou just running away with this economy. I mean,
This goes here.
SHU, it's really looking rough. Triple-digit credits across the
This is
board. They're
nice.
trying to
That
invest with
goes
some
there.
rifles here this round, but I mean,
Missed
two
the
members with
ball.
this is again.
It's hard to do. Okay, you got the second one to come. Breach done is going to force Panda and Zilla to back on out. They're going to drop a smoke here as well. Panda will not opt to TP to this top box in market just yet. And SHU will, I mean, again, they're pretty much setting up the same way every round. It's the Cypher here over by A. He has team members rotate on over. Panda with his Vandal,
Oh,
picking
the
up
setup.
2. It's
Oh, that
Russell
was-
and Perk both falling.
That was set up so well by the Breach. The stun comes through and the peak at just the right time.
Conch has already claimed one, has the Raze ult as well. His Raze ult won't find its target, and as he checks his corners, it's the Piggy of SHU who drops him. 3v2 now in favor of Mizzou still, as SHU begin to rotate on over. Well, I thought they were going to rotate to B, but they're kind of just hanging out in spawn for the moment. We'll see where these last two decide to go. 36 seconds is all the time that remains. They'll head through mid first. Panda with an angle, and he finds them both. It's a 4K for the Omen of Mizzou. 8-2 now, their lead.
Yeah, some really good timing coming through there. Not much else to say. And SHU, they are really struggling here now. I mean, they invested heavy in that last round. They're not going to be able to buy rifles again. They're just going to be able. They're just going in with
This goes
stingers
here.
and sheriffs here.
Yes, this should do.
So,
Yeah, I mean, when your economy going into that last round, when you full bought those rifles, you got the second one. It's fine. He can just pick it up. If he misses, he can just pick it up. It's fine. Fine.
got El Clasico with the stingers coming through here. This is.
They're just sprinting through B main.
Yeah, sprinting at a snail's pace, though. I mean, they're still taking it.
It's true. They're going a little
relatively slow.
relatively slow. A one-way coming through. Hunter's Fury invested as well. Zella, Happy
One
Rabbit. Zella
enemy
with 2.
remaining.
Happy Rabbit with 2 as well. The Hunter's Fury claiming plenty. It's just the Cypher left alive, and he's quite low as well. Now the Spam will claim it. It's a flawless for Mizzou. And that's what you're hoping for. If the opposing side is going to
Last
econ,
round in
you
the
might as
half.
well
Yeah.
clear them out that quick.
Yeah, and I mean, I really don't understand the logic of going for the full stinger push and not going as fast as possible. I mean, the entire
Yeah.
idea with that comp is just you just run everybody down with the spray and pray, and they just take it slow like they have long range weapons like they would normally play, and it just doesn't work out. They just idle in the choke. Hunter's Fury comes in and cuts everybody off, and the rest of Mizzou collapses on them, is able to just outrange them.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Truly, one flash will be dodged by Panda. It is Perk who takes down
Spike
Conch,
down
but
mid.
falls in trade to Zella. Zella the next to go.
Last
Happy
player
Rabbit falling,
standing.
Piggy falling. Panda picks up 1.
Yeah, it's a 1v3 now.
I mean, if there's anyone who's going to 1v3,
Yeah.
it is
Raze
Panda.
is very low on the side of SHU, and he gets the headshot. Ooh, nice
That's a
shot from Panda.
really good one to take out first. He used his blind already.
One
Finds the
enemy
next.
remaining.
Needs one more.
This is the 1 HP
As
Raze.
the reload, then the Spam will claim it. I said, if there's anyone to 1v3, it's always gonna be Panda. He stops the defuse a bit early, but he's just having fun. He's just having fun.
He's having a chat with whoever's next to him. I mean,
Clutch.
yeah, and
10-2.
and crucially, they dodged the 9-3 curse. It's
true.
10-2 first half here on Sunset.
Switching
Just
sides.
unbelievably dominant from Mizzou. I mean, it was close early on. I think it started off like 2-1, going up to 4-2, but from there it just kind of snowballed. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. I think certainly this is where you want to be if you're Mizzou. Wrap this one quick. Wrap this one up quick. What I will say is, if obviously you're faced with a tough decision. You know, map 1 of our last series and map 2, both really really close. Mizzou picking up the first, dropping the second. If you're gonna FF that one to come into this NACE playoff series instead, you want to hope that you do that for a reason, and to come out and be dominant. And it looks like that's the case here for Mizzou so far. Up 10-2 over SHU, and hoping to find the same success.
I mean, there's not much to analyze in terms of the comps on like offense versus defense because they're both mirror matchups.
Yeah, exactly.
So SHU just kind of holding these weird angles on this.
Sella will be blinded, drops a cage. Now a flash comes through. Another flash from as well. They'll quickly take care of Piggy as Mizzou's Piggy drops the Cypher as well. That's 2 down from SHU. Now Mizzou will take claim over the B site.
I'm going to see, have we seen any Piggy on Piggy
I
violence yet?
don't think so. We have seen Happy Rabbit absolutely shred through SHU.
Lord.
A 3K for Ponder.
That ain't right. That is...
That's what you're hoping for if you're Mizzou. 2 rounds away from wrapping up our first map of this second series in this doubleheader tonight. We'll get a quick replay, might as well, and some beautiful shots from Ponder.
Yeah, I mean, just a nice 3K here. Just very patient with the shots, paces it out well, doesn't overextend, and just very clean.
Yeah, exactly what you're hoping for if you are
Okay, we got
Mizzou.
the 5 stingers again. Let's see if they do it. I don't have faith. I'm gonna be honest.
This is a crazy one. Double satchel forward, runs into the first target. I think he might have done some damage, but Stinger, that range, a little too powerful. Panda proving its strength with his Spectre. Now the Ghost takes down 1. Happy Rabbit has picked up 2 with his Ghost once more. He's found a Vandal for himself as well. It's just this Cypher left alive, and Panda will find him quickly. A 3K for the Omen. And now, as we head into the bonus, Mizzou on match point.
Match point.
Yeah, I mean, this is just incredibly rough for SHU. I mean, they haven't won a single round on defense now. They haven't won a single round since I think round.
We were 4-2 at one point.
I think it was round 5.
Yeah,
That goes there.
I'm pretty
So,
sure it was at 1.4 to 2.
Yeah, I think that was
Which means they've won
round
8
6.
rounds
I
in a
think.
row.
That,
Yeah.
I guess that would have been the last one.
So
Did they have
Mizzou-
2? Did they have 2 before it went
Right
to
there.
4?
I don't
Or
know.
yeah.
Right, no
Doesn't
idea.
matter at this point because they are in a tough
Double
spot, and
satchel
Paragon just made it a
forward.
bit tougher.
Double satchel forward again from Khan. She will get traded out by T. Burke, but now as the flash comes out, it will be taking care of Happy Rabbit, but Zella claims him with the judge. Piggy will plant. Now in a 3v3 situation. A blind of our own comes through. Zella will watch ramp here with Piggy. Excuse me, Ali.
Yeah, I mean, crucially now you just have
Uh,
economy. You have gun
it's-
advantage playing
Get
post plant.
down
This
1.
is
Now the smoke comes through, and Piggy will clear him out with
Attackers win.
his util. Doesn't even need the bullets in his gun to claim the win. I mean, I said it a few rounds ago. If you're Mizzou, if you're going to have to FF that last series to come into this one, you better be dominant, and they do just that. 13-2 on Sunset.
yeah, definitely maybe a little bit of a concern that I mean coming into this one you might be a little bit demoralized after the last game, but Mizzou definitely proved that not to
Yeah.
be the case. I mean, just an utterly dominant performance here on Sunset.
Yeah, absolutely. A strong showing for sure. This is still a best of 3, so we got at least one more map to show you here against Siena Heights. But Mizzou hoping to clean this one up and make it a quick 2-0 in the NACE playoffs. Excuse me. But before that, we'll go to a very quick break. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Mizzou Esports Twitch stream. It's been a long one here so far, a doubleheader, all Valorant. Since, starting a couple hours ago, now in our second series of the day. First map on Sunset, Mizzou versus Siena Heights, a dominant 13-2 win, hoping, to clean this one up with a 2-0 as we head on to map 2, which will be split.
Yeah, I mean, just Mizzou was firmly in the driver's seat for the entire round, kind of as you said. I mean, just taking a dominant 10-2 first half and closing that out with a flawless second half. So heading over to this next one, I believe we're going to be going over to split, if I've heard correctly. So we'll see if Siena Heights has anything special cooked up on this map. I mean, famously defender-sided map, so maybe if they can leverage that. We're grasping at straws.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't find much success in our first map.
Maybe the slower play style works here.
Potentially. I think I would imagine it would. Sunset is one of the maps that is, one of the smaller ones. So it does allow for things to be a little bit fast-paced, a little bit easier, whereas Split, it's a little larger.
Definitely have some different agent choices coming out here. We got the Astra on the table for SHU as well as Sky. Very different look for Mizzou. They're going to be running in with this Viper and Breach, Omen, rather. So going with a double smokes look. SHU going for a bit more util with the initiators. I guess, maybe the thought is Panda can't kill everybody if he's just constantly flashed. So.
This could be true. Now it will be Ponder on the Viper as he smokes and mollies in mid and pushes his advantage. His toxins will be off shortly as they just drop an Omen smoke to replace. The Skydog will be cleared out by Conch, but Zella on the opposite side of the map near A takes care of the opposing Cypher. As now SHU is going to make their way through Garage instead. You can see so many members heading that way. Satchel forward from Connor. Won't find anything yet. Panda now will be smoked off in heaven. And the nade coming out is it's Piggy taking care of Panda through the smoke. What a shot from the Astra of SHU. Perk will plant. Happy Rabbit takes care of one on the flank. Make it 2 for Ponder. Chaewon will finally clear him out. Now flashed is Connor. Looking for something as he gets swung on by this Breach twice. Can't take care of it. Now it's just a 2 health Piggy left alive. The heal brings the Breach up a bit. The right click takes care of it. Very low. Breach v Breach 1v1. Piggy does have a heck of a lot less health than his counterpart. Jump peeking is T-Perk, who takes care of Piggy. And SHU go up 1-0.
Yeah, so close there at the end. I mean, just early on in the round, looked like Mizzou expected SHU to come up through the middle, and they sort of clumped all their members in there. And that really allowed SHU to just kind of explode onto B site. They're able to play back site, and then Mizzou on the retake. Just a stray headshot through the smoke from SHU Piggy takes out one, and it all snowballs from there. That early positioning advantage really paying dividends for SHU on this first round.
Yeah, I mean, a fortunate shot from the Astra of SHU. Definitely doing quite a bit of work. Some outlaw, I don't believe it was an outlaw. I think it might have been a Marshall shots coming out. A dink will land onto the Astra from Conch as it will be Panda with this Marshall watching heaven now, but not finding much yet. Through Garage now, you can see the healing coming out to bring the Astra back up to full HP. Just a raise nade is online for Connor, as there's only one smoke as well for Panda. Flash now as he drops his nade. A nice Marshall shot claims one. Happy Rabbit and Piggy falling in response. Another Marshall shot picks up another. Conch with his Sheriff finds Chaewon. 3v2 now in favor of Mizzou. Still in Garage are the members of Siena Heights, and swinging on to Paragon as he claims it. Another nade will be sent into Garage.
30 seconds left.
The spike is still in the Breach's hand. This has given a bulldog on over to Connor. And so fire some pot shots in on to B. Check out your map, though. There is a Cypher right behind him in Garage. He's going to drop a stun, but it's Panda who claims it with the 3K. 3 HP is all that he needed to give Mizzou the econ win.
Yeah, small play that really paid off big time for Mizzou there. I mean, Conch gets flashed as SHU tries to swing out a Garage there, and he just deploys his nade as soon as that happens, backs around the corner, and that gets the space necessary for him to get out of dodge there and not get taken out. And he ends up staying alive the entire round. The Marshall shots come through from Panda, and I mean, yeah, Mizzou not falling for that rotation that SHU went for on the first round. They're able to completely stifle him in the Garage.
Yeah, well, this time around, they'll stack pretty much everybody here towards A. Now, a cage will be set up. Piggy can have a big stun here. Gets quite a few, and it's Zella who gets them in response. Piggy claiming one as well. It's a very swift flawless with the last picked up by the Happy Rabbit himself. I mean, if you're all going to stand on top of each other, the breach stun is probably going to do a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a great read to assume, well, they got stuffed on the other side that last round. Maybe they'll just go A site this time. And, yep, very much correct. The stun comes through, and, I mean, just very aggressive from Mizzou there. They just explode onto them. Saw that replay there from Zella just completely going ham with the Bulldog.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just that easy. What can I say?
He's got that dog in him.
He does. Mizzou up 2-1. Conch with a double satchel forward. In mid are a lot of members of SHU. They're going to begin to back away now. Zella with a wallbang will claim one and invest the Cypher ult as well. This will find a lot of information as the orb in the mid lane will fall shortly, but it's Happy Rabbit claiming the first. Looking for more. In sewers now is another. They're going to swing on out, but Ponder will back out himself. It's Conch falling to the opposite Piggy. Now the orb will come back up, and Zella will fall in sewers off his lurk. But it's Ponder picking up two here in mid. Now Panda grabs one for himself. Now we're back in a 1v1.
Breach v breach again.
Breach v breach once more, and Piggy is behind him. But it's T-Perk who knows his location, and SHU tie us back up 2-2-2.
Yeah, I mean, that early pick gets the neural theft off, and Mizzou tries to chase after that. I think SHU, they kind of made a smart play there. They tried to send one into sewers, I guess to try and bait someone to go after him on that lone position, and then they just swing the other three members who were pushing B back into mid to try and cut someone off. It doesn't work exactly, but they're able to get that mid push in and eventually take out the rest of the members of Mizzou. Still a scrappy affair, ends in a 1v1, so it's similar to what we saw in this last round. I mean, starting off close early on, we got 2-2 here.
Yeah, Honnor's going to play this one really aggressively. He picks up one and heads on into the smoke through another now as well. Viper's Pit's online. He's going to molly his own smoke here now. Conch will have an op, and he'll get two before being traded out by T-Perk of SHU. Panda will now head into his own smoke and claim the Cypher's head. Now 4 versus 2. Stunned up is Connor, who makes his way on out from Garage, as the members of SHU will just hang out in Garage for the moment. I mean, Connor's got all the time in the world to hang out here with this op, and not a ton will occur so far. Panda will smoke off mid and jump peek here as well, but there's no one here to catch. As they make their way on out, T-Park quickly finds Connor. Now the breach ult will come through as well. Lands onto multiple members. Piggy taking a 36 HP, has full util up. 20 seconds left on the clock. Stun comes through. T-Perk will plant. Zella gonna walk through the smoke. He'll run straight into the Astra and picks that one up quickly. 3v1. The breach right his right, and they'll take him down with relative ease and pick up Connor's operator here as well.
Yeah, I think if they're able to get those wall bangs off of the breach ults, it becomes a more winnable affair there for SHU, but they're just barely not able to finish off Piggy there with the spray. And I mean, with the breach as low as he was trying to plant for SHU, it's just not exactly a winnable scenario there, especially when Mizzou has heaven control.
Yeah, I mean, so far, even in the rounds that SHU have won, they've been really, really close. Nothing dominant by them here to start. We'll see the A setup here with full util used, or nearly all of it, by
Is that a
Zella.
Bucky?
As now the cage comes up, double satchel forward onto ramp as Piggy takes care of Russell. It's a talking dog. As now they'll pick up one more. Piggy attempting to find it, but it's Happy Rabbit on the opposite side, falling in sewers. T-Perk, the saving grace here for SHU. Stunned up is Piggy, falling is him. Now the neural theft comes through. Zella's location will be known. Omen ult will not be used quite yet. Smoke comes through, and they're all here in heaven. Panda's just going to spray through the smoke, picking up one through the wall as well. Now Stun tries to go down ropes, but can't quite do it. 3v2. The advantage towards SHU. They come out of the smoke now. They break the camera as well. Zella 40 HP, and Ponder is on the other side of the map, at least for the moment. We'll see where SHU decides to move
30 seconds left.
as they spend most of this time here in mid. Conch just watching that heaven angle from back sight with this operator. He should see one here in a moment, and he'll claim one as well. The Astra ult is up. He can't grab another. 36 HP as he'll try to peek here. The plant will be finished. Has a grenade to throw down. Looking for one. Can't do it as the Phantom claims the raise his life. Zella 40 HP. The Cypher is very low, but the Astra is healthy.
One enemy
He'll claim
remaining.
the Cypher. His location will now be known. He'll find the spike as well. Drops a cam, taps the defuse, but it's Piggy through the wall, bringing us back to even 3 apiece.
Yeah, Zella peeks the wrong angle there. I mean, tries to set up the util, but not aware that that Astra is playing off to his left side. So, really well played from SHU there, and thrifty no less. I mean, they've definitely that's definitely the first time this series that I've really seen them kind of make something out of nothing. And I mean, already more maps won, more rounds won in
That's
this
true.
map
That's
than the
true.
entirety of the last one. So, they got that going for them.
Yeah, through 6. They've already picked up more rounds than their entire last map. Now, much more of a default setup here from both sides. It's through mid for SHU. Conch will be watching from this tower angle as well towards B, and now SHU will back on out. Ponder will dodge out on the breach ability now. Breach ult coming through, double satchel forward. Conch with 2 with the raise nade. Excuse me, the raise ult as Piggy picks up Connor in trade. Some shots with the Sheriff won't find their mark. Viper's Pit online for Mizzou. Don't imagine we'll see that invested now as
Poison's off.
through mid comes the side of SHU and right into the waiting arms of Ponder. Zella will claim the last, but Mizzou claim the round win 4-3.
I mean, that was just such a massive stun coming through from Piggy. I think that breach ult hit all 5 members of
so.
SHU, and then the Conch just jumps in. Leroy Jenkins with the raise ult hits 2 with that. I mean, very aggressive opener that paid dividends. We're gonna see the replay here from Ponder. It's a nice 3K at the end with the help of Zella to finish off that breach.
Yeah,
Great
nice looking
stuff
angle.
across the board.
Yeah, can't complain. Mizzou just needed to claim an actual definitive lead here. It's kind of been much more back and forth. The rounds that we're winning feel like we're really winning very, very heavily, but just not able to find any success other than that. Blind comes through, now going to be stunned. Satchel backwards, but it still leads to him falling. Panda will
Spike
claim
down mid.
T-Perk. 2 smokes still up. Piggy with some flashes online as well.
Got your trail.
Seekers will now come out, finding Piggy's location as he tries to claim one from ropes, but it's Chewan who will take down Piggy. Zella will move forward up ramp. His camera doesn't spot anyone there quite yet, as the trip still
taken out.
as well. There's his camera gone. We'll see if they continue their advances towards A. They may just run into Panda with his Vandal. He claims one. Now we're in a 2v2. Cypher ult could be invested.
30 seconds left.
There is a body right next to him, as he will do so now. They're going to plant here on to B as the
Spike
plant comes
planted.
through. Marks them both. Finds the one in the back. Drops the smoke, but now Zella is the one who falls. And they'll find a quick one on to Panda. It's a thrifty for SHU. And we're still evened up for a piece.
Yeah, I mean, just going back and forth, but on a certain level, it does kind of feel like Mizzou is getting a little overzealous here. I mean, a lot of those peaks early on going through mid, I mean, especially what Conch and I think it was Panda early on were going for. Or no, it was Ponder on the Ponder had like a ridiculous peak for that opening kill on the Viper, and he ends up getting one, but immediately traded out. He's just standing out in the open with that orb down, so I think he misses his.
They threw it like a second too early. He's going to Viper out mid now, which buys a ton of space here for Mizzou, especially on the eco. You can see the stinger in hand for Connor. And, I mean, this thwarts a lot of what SHU has wanted to do. You know, taking this option off the board is going to be a challenge for them, as they will now head through garage. It is smoked off now by Panda. For the moment, Ponder will stay in the pit to keep it online. Conch with the nade out, won't throw it yet. The smoke will come through onto Heaven now. Breach ult walked into by Panda. He's going to try to make his way on out as the raise nade takes out Piggy. Russell from up will claim the first, as the Astra ult will not come out as Panda picks up 2, but it's Chewan and Russell picking up the rest. Now Zella grabs 1 for himself, grabs 2, but not enough. It's SHU who will now take the lead, 5-4.
First lead of the game, I think.
I believe so.
Or, yeah, I mean, very close from Zella at the end there. Just doesn't get the spray off in time with that Phantom onto the breach. But pretty valiant effort nonetheless. Still economy advantage. Now in the hands of SHU, they have rifles and full shields across the board. Mizzou still on the back foot. They're going to be pulling out the stingers for this one. Got a couple sheriffs as well. And then Ponder still with that Vandal holding that middle angle.
Zella will be
Camera
the
taken.
lone man here onto A. He's going to drop a cage, but walks into a smoke from the Astra. Piggy's got a wonderful angle here. If he can take it, he's making quite a bit of noise. Zella will fire some shots through the smoke here, and none of them will land. They're all blind. He's trying to take care of the Bloom bot. I don't think it did take him quite low. Piggy had a nice angle, but he only takes care of 1. Now Russell claiming 2. Paragon will claim 1 with the nade. The neural theft comes through. Conch with a satchel forward. Has another nade, but will not get it off. 20 health for Zella, but he claims it. 2v1. The Cypher of SHU incredibly low, but has already taken out Panda. But Zella claims it, swinging out from the smoke. And we're tied 5-5.
Yeah, Zella the last man standing for the second round in a row, but he gets it this time. Able to clutch that out, get the defuse. Although I will say one of the things I've liked from SHU, especially on that round, was they played a lot more aggressive. I complained a lot on the first map that they were just idling in the chokes and not making any moves, but that round they kind of just explode really fast onto A site, and Mizzou's not there to kind of follow up on that. And so they're able to get a lot of free space early. They snowball that into just a scrappy engagement with all that util on site, and they almost come away with another win. But Zella stands tall in the end, and it's going to be back to a tied affair.
Sky Flash will be dodged out on as it's Happy Rabbit picking up the raise. Now Conch in the smoke will walk on out through mid, firing more shots of his own through the smoke. 24 health for Connor. Going to be flashed now as Zella taken out. Now Panda dropping as well. Defensive satchel gets Conch to safety, but Piggy's claimed 2. How about 3? 4. Piggy. Now the last standing will be the sub-half health Cypher for Mizzou, but he claims them both. The angle and Sewers taking both Mizzou members out, and SHU up 6-5.
Yeah, they're expecting the last member to come through ropes. They're just checking the flank on the opposite side, and they're not ready for him to be exactly where the rest of the team was. So, yeah, once again, SHU back to another lead. Only one round, but last round in the half, and Mizzou, they've got no credits left to spare. It's going to be Stingers once again.
Yeah, mostly SMGs, but some big ults available, particularly the breach ult for Mizzou. Flash and stun coming out. Honor will be A-okay. Dropping in through ropes is the raise. So aggressive. As Panda now will sit back here in garage. Will swing onto the Astra and pick up 1. Goes down to 10 HP and teleports out to his safety. They'll find 1, drop the blinds.
Out of charges.
Looking for the target. Unfortunately, no satchels left, and even though stunned, Piggy will fall to the Cypher regardless. Now Conch falling to Che1. Seekers come out, but Panda claims that one. Blind and deafened is Ponder. Looking for the breach. Will be made vulnerable. Now Vandal still in hand. Continuing to look, stunned up in their spawn. Can't find the targets. The guy is very, very low. Panda is quite low as
30
well.
seconds left.
10 health for him. The breach will finally begin to move from the spawn as both members of Mizzou will watch towards A, but it looks like he'll get a free plant here on to B.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to go for this. It's last round. You throw everything you
seconds left.
have at it, so I will say it was a nice play from Conch earlier. Just when he gets stunned or
planted.
flashed there, he throws out the nade as a Hail Mary, and he ends up going down for it, but it puts enough damage onto the sky that the spray through the smoke's able to
Last
connect.
player standing.
Ooh, T-Perk.
Through the wall, T-Perk claims Panda. Now Zella will claim him. So, surprise, surprise. We have been pretty much dead even in terms of rounds 1 throughout this entire match so far. And we're coming out of the half 6-6.
Yeah, and I mean, age-old adage, splits a defender-sided map, so
Cage triggered.
Switching sides.
I don't know, not the greatest half for Mizzou. I mean, only giving up 6 rounds on a split defense. is
Yeah, I mean,
not
considering your last map was 13-2, I don't think this is something that I definitely didn't expect this, and obviously hoping for a little bit better play now, but perhaps switching to attack is what they need. I know we talked about it being a primarily defensively sided map, but you never know.
To be fair, SHU, they're not running the double smoke that Mizzou is. So their comp is definitely designed more for the offensive side to go in more aggressively with these initiators. So we'll see how it fares on the defense here.
It's true. Mizzou will stack many numbers towards A and potentially head up ramp. Now satchel forward twice from Connor through the trip. Means he's stunned. He's stunned again as T-Perk takes down Conch. Looking for more as he claims one. Happy Rabbit will get one on his own, but T-Perk and Russell have gotten a few. Zella now takes down the opposing Rays. 2v3 is the current deficit for Mizzou. The dog comes out. Zella finds T-Perk, looking for more here as he heads back onto the site. Flash still up, turned from both members. Zella in the smoke, waiting to walk through as the flash comes out. And Piggy and Zella claim the victory. Zella grabbing 3 to give Mizzou the 7-6 round lead.
Yeah, Zella has been absolutely on fire this entire
Lights
game.
out.
I mean, that last round just shows you why. Makes that very scary rotation after getting that pick, but able to finish that out in the end. Some beautiful headshots coming through with the Ghost, and they play that post plant so well. I mean, Zella just able to note when SHU disengages from heaven and tries to swing that left side angle instead. Yeah, Russell from up, it looked like had a Bucky again, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. But
Connor will play aggressive towards mid here through the Astros smoke. Won't find much just yet. Both smokes fall here towards mid. Won't spot anyone yet, but in checking his corners, he finds J1. That's one to drop. Another smoke comes through. Now a stun down as well. Russell from up will claim Piggy. Zella takes some pot shots. And now on top of a nade. He's in a precarious position. Only 8 health to his name. Jumps down from ropes. And hoping to plant the spike here quite soon. Panda with the Guardian. Lands some shots through the wall. Claims it. Looking for more. 2 shots won't go. As Russell from up picks him up with the Vandal. Both of these members are incredibly low. 8 health for Zella, 27 health for Ponder. The Cypher has been tagged, but the Rays still full HP. But that's not enough HP for Zella. 27 health, needing to play time here is Ponder. Just taps the defuse. The Cypher still looking and picks him up as the shots won't go for the Happy Rabbit. And it's 7-7. We're still tied.
yeah, I mean, misses the timing there. Time and time again, SHU, they've just been able to pull it into these scrappy engagements. And, I mean, they haven't been coming out on top all the time, but, I mean, they've managed to convert it into much more success than this last map. 7-7 is definitely a lot better than 13-2, so
Yeah.
Mizzou on the back foot on this one. They got no economy to speak of right now. It's going to be the Stingers coming out into these rifles from SHU, so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what Mizzou is able to find here. As they'll send a molly into garage. As now they'll walk on forward into the smoke goes Piggy. Looks to his left, finds his target, takes him out. That's the smokes gone here for SHU. Now flashed is Piggy, who is not going to stick the plant. He's going to attempt to now. We'll get the spike on down. Conch watching here through mid. Has 1 satchel left and a nade as well. Satchel straight up. Just hanging out here. Flash won't find anything. Has a nade. We'll drop that one in now and clear out some space. Happy Rabbit can't quite find the lethal damage onto the sky, but it's Zella and Panda claiming a couple. Panda falling in trade. 3v2 now.
1 enemy
Conch
remaining.
looking for it. Taking down T-Perk. Last alive
player
is
standing.
the Rays, who claims them both. Now onto the spike. He will try to go, but it's Zella with 3, giving Mizzou a round win. 8-7. Leads are great. I just want to see this one get bigger than 1 round.
Yeah, I mean, Mizzou makes the smart choice to plant for heaven there, and Zella just with that high ground angle, nobody's up there contesting him, and Russell from up, he just has to swing the angle to try and kill Zella first before going for the defuse, and it's just, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place there. There's really really tough to win that one out. So Mizzou back on top once again. Still only one round, but they've got a bit better economy coming into this one.
Yeah, mostly on rifles with a few other options
That looks
online
like-
as well.
It looks like a 5-player stack on B for SHU. Mizzou's not heading this way.
Toxins, poisons off.
It's going to drop the wall now as well as the orb. Yeah, this is everyone on to B garage here from SHU. Very interesting read from them. Mizzou now is going to... They have not recognized this A site is open.
Oh no, he's got the skill cannon. Oh boy.
She's going to get 5 with the judge. Piggy picks up 1.
Satchel out.
Conch is going to satchel forward. Not once, but twice back onto site. No one is there. Panda shots won't go. The shorty takes down Connor. Piggy claims 1, is traded on out. Piggy claims 2, excuse me, still kicking. It's Zella who falls instead. Blind comes through. Panda claims 1, falls in trade. The last to stand is the Astra, and Ponder picks it up over by Ropes. 9-7 now, your lead for the Tigers.
Yeah, I think SHU was just going for some kind of eco round there, and you see now they've got the full rifles and shields, so it looked like whatever they were doing was just with like shorties and frenzies and just trying to just stack as 5 and catch at anybody that tried to push out onto B. But Mizzou reads that really well, swings over to A site quickly, and without any sort of range in their arsenal, SHU just not able to catch them on that rotation in the post plant.
Yeah, not able to do it. Mizzou hoping to continue this lead. Breach ult onto the site. Tripwire will mean that Conch will fall. Juan is the one who will take him out. Now the Cypher picking up 2. Zella and Piggy both falling. Will be 1 picked up for Panda, but he falls in trade to T-Perk. Ponder is now in a 1 versus 4. We'll see what he can find, and it's not much as T-Perk takes him out. Still a lead for Mizzou, but we're 9-8.
Yeah, Conch just gets a little overzealous there, trips that tripwire, trying to pack on to A site, and they're just able to pick him off incredibly quickly, and it kind of all just falls apart after that. So Mizzou now going to be on the back foot in terms of economy heading into here. Got a couple rifles, but it's going to be sheriffs and a stinger for the rest of the team. Meanwhile, still rifles and full shields across the board for SHU. Still 1 round lead for Mizzou, but it feels like
This is very close. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no doubting it. 9-8 is, I would say, 1 round off of as close as you can get. Conch will claim 1, but falling in trade to the opposing Rays. Now Zella dropping to Chewan. 3-4. The deficit for Mizzou. Spike in hand for Piggy. See what he can find.
Toxins going up.
Ponder will raise the wall and make his way onto site with his IGL and a
Toxins
Vandal
rain down.
in his hand as well. They won't find
Player
him.
standing.
It's the opposing Piggy claiming 3. I don't want to say Piggy diff, but it brings up the tie here, 9-9, as the Astra from SHU puts on a performance on the B side.
yeah, I mean, just really well played, just picking them apart. I mean, you see them try to go in with that Viper wall, and they get some good space off of it, but they're just not able to get the timings, and Piggy with a nice 3K to finish out the round.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it happens. You know, everybody has their day, and that, or you know, even just a round. And SHU, Astra finds it there in that one. And now Mizzou hoping to reclaim their lead. Conch with the showstopper of his own Ponder with a Sheriff dodging out on the smoke, or excuse me, the flash. And Chewan will pick him up in trade. Conch taking down Chewan with his Raise ult. Ponder, excuse me, Conch knocked up by the breach ult, but Still kicking for the moment. 4-3 is the advantage for Mizzou. They're going to throw the spike on down to Piggy, who will plant on default now. The raise nade comes through from both sides here. The Panda's beautiful angle on rafters. Doesn't even need it as Conch takes him out. Zella grabbing the next, looking for the last. T-Park claims 2 as it's just Cypher and Breach versus the Breach alone of SHU, and Piggy will claim it with his Vandal. Mizzou up 10-9.
Back to where we started, one round lead. But crucially, after dropping a couple in a row, Mizzou's able to get their economy back in shape. So they're going to be able to build some momentum off of this, hopefully. But the momentum that SHU had already built up for themselves means their economy doesn't take too much of a hit this round. So they'll be coming in here evenly matched with rifles and full shields across the board. Still, Mizzou, they've got 2 ultimates available heading into this next round. And crucially, one of those is the Viper's Pit for Happy Rabbit. We haven't seen that come out yet this round. Very, very powerful ult that could be a huge engagement tool.
Immediate molly onto Garage, just finds Ponder falling to the raise of SHU. That's a really early first kill for Siena Heights. Going down on the ropes is Connor. Finds the sky. Not finding the shot yet. Takes him out now. Conch will wait to move forward. Satchel forward. Finds the Cypher. Beautiful shot from Connor. Looking for more. Has the knife out though. And T-Park takes him down. There and Elbow are both members. 2 members here of SHU. We are in a 3v3. The raise is incredibly low, and Panda finds 2. The last left is the Astra. Astra ult is out. Still on ropes is one. The Cam will spot Piggy, and Zella takes out the Astra. 11-9 now is your lead. We are 2 rounds away from a 2-0 series victory for Mizzou, but I mean, it's based on how this series is going. A 2-round lead does not mean a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, just a slew of great individual plays there from Conch, getting those nice headshots and the pack engagement. And of course, Panda, the 2K up on Heaven. Just great across the board. And now SHU, their economy, starting to fall behind. And this is not the point in the game where you want that to happen.
It certainly is not. 11-9. Your Mizzou Esports lead. Now, Conch will push up aggressively through mid, makes his way over to Vents. Ponder in Garage, playing slower. The one going down. Conch taken out of 46 HP. Boombot taken care of with relative ease. The nade comes down and at least buys some space, but that's about all that it will buy. The cage going to block out a bit as Zella takes care of Piggy. Now they'll find the Cypher, and while Happy Rabbit falls, it's Piggy who takes care of it. Zella now firing shots through the smoke, won't find much. 4v3, man advantage for Mizzou, but now Perk makes it a 3v3. Zella falling. Now attempting to plant the spike. Must wait for that breach ability to finish on out. They know there's members Heaven, but it's Russell who takes care of Conch. Now a stun comes through. Panda claims one. Piggy claims another, waiting on the last, and they know his location. 20 seconds left. Trying to just very swiftly peek him. They're going to drop a smoke. Hope to plant the spike, but they don't even need to. W Panda picks up T-Perk. Mizzou on match point.
Yeah, T-Perk tries to, I think, catch out the plant there maybe, trying to peek while he's immobilized, getting the bomb down. But, I mean, they already know his positioning at that point, and just the spray through the smoke is enough to take him out when he's already that low. So, match point for Mizzou here, and tale as old as time, Conch has an operator.
Doesn't matter if he's bottom frag on the team, 13-19. Get that brother an operator. And he's hoping to make some magic happen here and secure Mizzou
Very
this
aggressive TP.
playoff win. It certainly is. Dodging out on the flash, but he can't quite see him, but he doesn't need to. Zella will take care of them both. As J1 and Russell now both dropped. Ponder will walk forward onto B, but it's Biggie who will take him out. And Conch gets the job done with his op. Now continuing to move forward. He's on rafters with his Omen. And the blind is available. Conch takes a shot through the wall. Now forced to move on out of the way. Drops the nade. Is going for like a Call of Duty trick shot here?
Who's going here?
Breach ult coming out. He satchels forward. Still breach ulted. Stun lasts a long time. Trying to dodge the blind here now. Another one comes through. Flash.
One enemy
Swung by both. Conch picks up one from very close range, but it's the Cypher who's picking up two. Now in a 1v2, Zella trying to kill him with the knife, but he falls to the op. It's just Picky left alive. He knows he has the op. There's no time left. It is a 4K for the Cypher,
win.
but it's a win for Mizzou as they try to finish things off with a knife kill. Not quite able to do it, but a much closer map 2, but a map 2 win nonetheless. Mizzou sweep Siena Heights 2-0.
Yeah, getting a little bit silly there at the end. It looked like Conch was trying to go for some sort of... It looked like they were trying to boost him up with
Yeah, it
the
looked like he was
friendly-
going to do like a Call of Duty 360, like
I think they were
ladder
trying to toss
stall.
him up with the Rolling Thunder.
maybe
Yeah.
360
but
ladder stall operator.
He ended up getting
No
a
scope.
kill, so...
He got, I don't mean,
Yeah, well, don't know what happened there. But, that is going to be a 2-0 victory, like you said. A bit closer on split, but Mizzou ending up just trying kind of what I said at the beginning of the second half. Just their comp a bit more, or SHU's comp rather, a bit more oriented towards the offense. And when it came to the defense, they didn't have that double smoke available to try and stymie those aggressive pushes that Mizzou was going for. So it was a bit back and forth across the board, but ultimately Mizzou's comp, I think, was superior in that second map.
yeah, absolutely. And Mizzou coming out on top. Of course, this has been a doubleheader. Unfortunately, having to FF that first one, but Mizzou on the day is 3-1. Who would have knows if we would have got a map 3? Unfortunately, not able to know. Unfortunately, Mizzou Valorant is too good and made it into into playoffs for too many leagues. When you have these problems, life can get hard. But we're going to go ahead and go to a quick break. We'll have an interview here in just a moment with one of our fantastic Premier Valorant players. We'll be back in a little while. Don't go anywhere. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Mizzou Esports stream. Very short break, but we are back with an interview with W Panda. Mason, thank you for joining me behind the desk.
No problem.
So a lot of Valorant played today. So obviously only had to play 2 or 4 maps total. Jumping into that first one was very, very close all throughout, up against the Condors. I cannot remember the exact name. It was-
Conestoga.
Yeah, Conestoga from Canada. So you guys pick up map 1 in OT. You guys dropped those first 6 rounds. Down 6-0. You climb back. Eventually 7-5 going into the half. Tell me, what are you guys talking about? How do you? What's going through your mind when you're down 6-0?
There's no doubt we're definitely frustrated. There was some really close rounds. Some rounds that we definitely were leading, and they just had some insane shots kind of swing it back into their favor, which is really tough, really frustrating when that happens. So when we get down like this, it's always just break the first round. If you can
Yeah.
get past the first round, that's the hardest to get. Same thing if you can't get any kills, the first kill is always the hardest.
Sure.
Once you break that, it starts to roll a little bit easier. And then when we get confidence, we build up some confidence, and we just kind of rolled out through the rest of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, winning that one in OT, definitely very, very close. Of course, your next one on Sunset Map 2, again, you come in, obviously you eventually dropped it 13-11, I believe, or maybe it was 13-10. Regardless, you guys picked up like 5-6 rounds in a row. What's the vibe like? What's the energy like? What's the communication like when you guys are able to string that many rounds together, especially when you were at one point down 11-5?
I think I wish I could say our energy was a little higher.
Sure.
That series we were a little quiet. It's tough. It's really tough to get like hype when you're winning rounds just kind of like by the skin of your teeth.
Yeah.
Especially when you're losing a lot of these rounds too. So it's really tough to build up that energy when you lose the first 3 rounds or first 4 rounds of the half. But you know, you kind of just grind through it, and once you're able to build those rounds, it's a little bit easier. And when we're winning the close rounds, our energy gets up. I think when we start coming back into it a little bit, like 11-3, if you win a round, it's still like, all right,
Yeah.
we got something. And then you get 11-6, it gets a little bit more interesting. 11-8, now you're getting close.
Yeah. I got you. So, obviously, you know, unfortunate situation with the way the timing worked, playoffs and everything. You have to go ahead and jump onto the next series instead. But you guys come out really, really hot, 13-2. I mean, you guys won a lot of rounds in a row. I think at one point we were talking about it might have been 4-2, maybe it was 3-2 or something. But winning a lot in a row, I got to imagine the energy's a lot better in an environment like that, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we're having a lot more fun. We're just kind of dinking around a bit. There's a lot of rounds where I'm just walking down mid. Confidence is really high.
Yeah.
And when you're up 11-2, something astronomical, you're just like, it's all aim.
Yeah, that's true.
There's not a lot. I mean, there's some strats going behind, but most of the part, you're just like having fun. You're just shooting. And I think that's the best balance. Obviously, that's a little overconfident when you're walking out mid by
Sure.
yourself, but we just need some confidence. I think had it goes the other way, SHU first and then Conestoga, I think we kind of just